3 weeks after the most dramatic title decider this league has ever seen, we're back. 2026 heralds change, new drivers, new team principals, and the opportunity for 19 to go after one. That one man won last season's crown in unimaginable circumstances, and for Sam Lewis, January the 3rd, 2026 means only one thing. Time to get back to work. It's the opening race of the new year in TRL's top tier, and we are ready for another year of fantastic action as the clock rewinds back to day one and race one from the home of motorsport at Silverstone. A very happy new year to you. Thank you very much for joining our pre-race coverage of the opening T1 race of the season. I'm Mr. Storm, joined in the commentary box tonight by Aston Martin team principal Will and Haas team principal Tung Titan, which apparently means something else in Swedish. That was your indication to laugh, but fair enough. Will, we're back. We had two great races last night. We had the league owner Ronnie win in T3 and a dominant victory in T2. We're not going to talk about that one too much. But we are all here and ready to go for T1, and things look very exciting this season, don't they?
New driver lineups, new team principals, everything's been shaken up from last season pretty much, and everyone will be eager to prove themselves to their new bosses and, outdo their new teammates as well and topple Sam Lewis.
Tyson, Sam Lewis won 6 out of 7 races to take the T1 title last season. He had a fantastic performance at this very race last season where he came back from last to first to win. The grid seems a little bit more competitive this year though, specifically for people who can challenge Sam Lewis directly. And I'll bring your attention to Williams' new people, specifically Max Novotny, Ferrari's Daniel Lamar from Ireland, who is Sam's teammate, and of course Alex Starr at Alpine. Do you think any of those three could dethrone the current world champion, or will we see another season of Sam Lewis dominance?
If what people said about these drivers, then if they can show that on the actual track, then there is a chance.
I suppose it's interesting as well, because I've heard some very interesting things about a lot of the new drivers, and I think tonight's going to be a really big one to see if they're going to be successful in topping the current world champion. But Will, considering how scary it was to see Sam come from nowhere to be in the title fight going into the last race of last season and to win it by a point, do you think he has the mental fortitude to fight off these new guys, because he's probably not going to have it all his own way?
He'll see himself now as, I've kind of conquered all the old ones, and now I've got to... I don't know if he'll kind of work with the new ones to try and, fully complete the wave of fully new drivers, or he will battle at the top on his own. We just don't know yet.
That's brought me on to my next point as well, and the old guard of the likes of two-time champion Ryu Zappu, who could have won his third title in Abu Dhabi 3 weeks ago. You have Oscar, who nearly won his first title, and for a good portion of the opening half of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix was the TRL champion. And of course you have Anthony, who was so close in both Season 2 and last season, and didn't win that title. They seem like they've been superseded by this new generation Titan. What will it take for them to keep fighting for race wins, and then more importantly for drivers' titles?
All these new drivers coming, obviously they might have experience, or might not have experience, but the drivers who are already here know how the league works. They know what goes on.
Yeah, look, we have a lot of things to get through before 5 o'clock, when the opening qualifying session of the season should start. We normally never start on time though, so it'll probably be something about 5 past. So we'll quickly just recap T3 and T2 last night. Two really, really good races. The T3 race was the opening race of 2026 in general for this league, and it was a great one, Will. And Ronnie won it. How amazing does that still sound just about 24 hours later?
Yeah, it was mental watch. It came down so close at the end, but for the top man of TRL, who made the league, who's brought all these drivers in pretty much on his own accord, making the TikToks, doing the advertising, stuff like that, to then win his first race in his own league. Sounds a little bit of a fairy tale ending there, but, it happened, and it was brilliant.
Tyson, T2 was a very, very entertaining race yesterday. What did you make of it?
Safety car.
Very true. Will, what did you make of it?
It's very entertaining. I did enjoy commentating it.
Will just doesn't want to talk about what happened at all
Oh.
today, and I can understand why. Right, we've a very interesting season ahead of us. First and foremost, I do want to take a look at the calendar, which was drafted by the staff team, not by Ronnie, for the first time in a while. And let's just take a look at it in detail, because we've got 12 great races that are going to transcend. It's a wrong word to use, but I feel these selections are very good. So we start off today on January the 3rd with round 1, Great Britain, the British Grand Prix at Silverstone, which was the champions pick. Sam Lewis picked that track to open up the season. Then the rest of the 11 races were all drafted by the staff team. Our next race next weekend is the Australian Grand Prix from the Albert Park circuit. Then we head to Bahrain for the Bahrain Grand Prix, followed by the Azerbaijan Grand Prix on January the 24th. And our final race in January is the Austrian Grand Prix. Round 6 ends the first half of the season, the Mexico City Grand Prix, that's round 6 on February the 7th, and then the second half of the season begins then on February the 14th with the Belgian Grand Prix from the Circuit Spa-Francorchamps. The European season ends with the Italian Grand Prix on February the 21st, and then we have got a great 4-race ending to the calendar. We've got the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix from Jeddah on February the 28th, followed by our final 3 races in March, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix on March the 7th, the Las Vegas Grand Prix, which has always been a TRL haven for great Grand Prix, on March the 14th, that's round 11, and the season ends at the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pacho, the Sao Paulo Grand Prix on March the 21st in Brazil. Well, it looks good. When do you think the title is going to be won, though? Will it go down to Brazil or not?
I reckon could be kind of close coming into Brazil, but I think it will be run before the final round.
Titan, what about you? Do we think we're going to get another final race showdown, or is it a little bit too much to ask for this time around?
With all the unknowns of all these new drivers, we just have to see.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll quickly run through the driver lineups and the changes that have been made from Season 7 to Season 8. Look, that calendar's sensational, but this lineup of drivers is sensational as well. Alpine, of course, have made one change to their lineup. Trevor Robertson has stayed with the outfit from Enstone. Of course, Jamboy, their new team principal, after plenty of management changes for the off-season. And the rookie Alex Starr, who looks very, very quick, has joined Trevor at Alpine for this season. Aston Martin made one change to their lineup. Janko Tisa stays with the team after plenty of drama in the off-season. Whether he would stay or not, he has decided to remain with Will. But the big change is that Thomas Dalgleish has joined them from Red Bull. Ferrari had one driver for the entirety of last season, and that one driver won them the championship. Sam Lewis from Delaware remains with Ferrari, but the Irishman Daniel Lamar has joined Sam Lewis to try and make Ferrari a competitor for the Constructors' Championship. Has spent big on Season 1 of Tireless Racing League champion Sam Rose to join alongside Alfredo Garcia, as Kick Sauber go for an entirely new lineup of Luca Valkonen and another Irishman in Louis Briggs. McLaren are unchanged, the Constructors' Championship winners from last season of Oscar and Anthony. That lineup will be completely different next season, apparently. Mercedes, of course, with an entirely new lineup as well. Sam and Leo are gone in favour of Magnuship and Valtteri Bottas. We'll talk about them in a little bit. Racing Bulls remain with Westrizi and new signing Aro Laxo, as Red Bull remain with Season 2 and Season 6 champion Ryu Zappu, as well as signing Theo from Haas. That had a lot of controversy about it in the final weeks of the season. And Williams looked good as well, with Edward Andre remaining with the team, and Max Novotny, as we already mentioned, looking very good as well. He joins Williams as well. There's a lot of good drivers in there. Favourite for the Constructors' Championship first?
Well, if we're going based off of how last season went, it will probably go McLaren's way again, because so far the drivers, they're still one of the strongest that we've seen, and the pairing works well. But unless, someone from another team that we haven't seen race before is suddenly best we've ever seen, better than Sam Lewis, it could very quickly change.
Titan, who do you think is the favourite to win the Constructors' Championship this season? And don't say yourself.
I'm gonna say Mercedes.
Mercedes to win the Constructors' Championship with 2 washed drivers. Okay, lovely.
I'm putting that in Storm's news.
Okay, thanks, Will. Ruin my reputation, why don't you? I'll ruin yours.
Yep,
You ruin my life, I'll ruin your life. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Well, I do want to talk about Mercedes, because the big story of one of the big stories, there were many big stories towards the end of last season in the final weeks of the calendar, was Shan's ruthlessness in getting rid of Sam Rose and Leo Skatkat. And now he has gone for a lineup that would have shaken up TRL maybe half a year ago in Valtteri Bottas and Magnussen, but since we moved on to F1 25, things have not gone really well for them. Is this a redemption season for them, or are Mercedes going to struggle again?
I think it's just a bit of a final send-off, to be honest. If I'm being, like, to be fair, yeah. That's what I think, because they were a bit of F1 24 merchants. I won't lie, a lot of people in this league used to be, and some have adapted, some haven't, and that's just the way it goes.
Well, can I mention something really quickly? And I don't know if it's just my hearing, but you start off really quiet, and then you get to a reasonable level of audio.
Do I?
Yeah, you sound fine now, you said that, but...
There's like a setting on my thing, but I don't know what it means. It's called mic monitoring, but I don't know what it does. And I've got to like...
I should know what that is.
To the middle. Titan, what's mic monitoring?
Well,
Cheers, Titan. Yeah.
Okay. Basically, it means like how much it like monitors like pick up.
So what if it's at like the setting that has the small little microphone? It picks up little noises. What if it's
I don't know. I haven't used Xbox in a while.
Fair enough.
So
I'm not a nerd.
If I
turn it off, probably, and you should be alright.
I can't turn it off. It's a slider.
We'll turn it down or up then, and see if it works or not.
I've done this. Does that sound any better? I don't know what it
sounds
does.
much better. You're not fading in and out. I do want to mention as well, what did I want to mention? I do want to mention Red Bull, and I want to phrase this to Titan. Theo left Haas to join Red Bull. Bit of a silly question, but are you wishing him the best of luck at Red Bull?
As sad as it was for him to, well, just leave and then come back and join a different team, there's nothing we can do about it at the end of the day, and we'll just wish him the best that he can do in that team.
Okay, well, thank you very much to Will and Titan for the time being. It is time for the first Storms Grid Walk of 2026. We don't have many people with us. That's not very good. Oscar's here. We're going to speak to him first. Season 7's third-placed Drivers' Championship finisher, Oscar Chukwara, who remains with McLaren, but not for much longer. He's off to Ferrari next season. Oscar, welcome back. Happy New Year. How was your Christmas period?
It's been great. It's been chilled. Unfortunately, we can't attempt this first race because I'm still lazy about it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the next week. It's going to be an interesting race, of course. The new grid improvement and so it's going to be, yeah, this grid order is really, it's a big question mark. Who's now the fastest, who's now the slowest, what team's the best, what team's the slowest. I know some drivers from my previous experiences, but I want to say like people Cloud Twin 2 are like mega fast to keep the entertainment hidden.
What's Season 8 looking like for you? Is there another title challenge on the way, or are you a little bit concerned about some of the very quick people that have joined?
I'm gonna do Australia with line, however after Australia I'm just gonna start driving with no line, so I'll take Season 8 more as a practice season. I'm also gonna miss, I think, Australia round 4, so yeah, with the races which I'm gonna lose, me going to no line, I don't think I'm gonna concentrate too much on the championship. I'm just gonna concentrate on my development on my no line pace.
What's tonight looking like?
I don't want to reveal too much, but there are two drivers which I know for a fact that are really close on pace.
I think we all know who they are, but Oscar, to be fair.
No, we know the one driver, of course, Sam Lewis, but the other driver may be quite a surprise, and I can reveal it's not Anthony or Ryan.
No, well, I definitely know who it is, but I'm not going to say it either. Oscar, well, very best of luck to you tonight, and the very best of luck for this season.
Thank you. I'm gonna watch this race.
Let's see who we can get a word with. Let's speak with the newly anointed Cyber Team Principal, Tom Gray.
Hello.
Tom, T2 commentator last night. You did a good job, well done. Hope to see you back in the weeks to come. But let's specifically talk about T1. Luca and Louis, Finland and Ireland. How are they looking for tonight?
Well, Louis racing. Luca cannot. He's quite ill, unfortunately. We have got our reserve Rian today involved, so we've got two cars, but unfortunately not both full-time drivers.
For this season, there was a lot of discourse, and I spoke to you a lot about this in the last couple of weeks of last season. Once you made that decision to retire, and you made that decision to become Sauber team principal, and then it'll become Audi team principal whenever the game rebrands, I thought that there would be a transitional season at Sauber. Am I right in saying that, or is there a chance that you can push for the Constructors' title?
I think with the talent we've got this year, that's quite a tall order to do. I mean, I think we're just trying to settle in, just see where we're good, where we're not as good, and just see if we can improve and get some good, I'll say squad depth, some good reserves who are willing to race if main drivers can't, and just trying to find our feet.
What are you looking forward to tonight? Is there going to be a thrill of managing this team?
I mean, last night proved that. I was screaming and shouting in the commentary booth at my own drivers. And with tonight's Tier 1 action, I'm sure it's going to be even more. I'll be watching from my TV in my room, and I'll probably be screaming and shouting the whole time as well.
Well, thank you very much, Tom, and the very best of luck for your first T1 race as Sauber team principal. Let's get a word with newly anointed Aston Martin signing Thomas Dalglish, who finished in a decent position in the World Championship last season. But Thomas, first question, can you do better in 2026?
Well, the grid's stronger than ever. You've got Max joining, and you've got Sam Lewis already here. Not joining midway through the season, but I've put the work in the off season, so we'll see how it goes.
How excited are you for this move to Aston Martin? It's a big change considering the fact you've been in that Red Bull family for a while, and now fully moving to Aston Martin, obviously being led by Will. Is there a good project going on there? Is there a good feeling going on there?
Yeah, it's a great feeling and it's a great team, but at the end of the day, we'll call them equal cars, so you got to get the work done whatever team you're in.
Will, have you any words of encouragement for Thomas?
Yeah, I know how much work you've been putting in on the off season, and I can hear that you're practicing right now because I can hear it in the background. So hopefully you do well, and I definitely make sure that you will make me proud. I know you will.
Well, the very best of luck to you tonight, Thomas.
Yeah, no pressure.
And, I'm just hurrying things along because we do need to speak to a couple of people. Let's speak to last season's championship runner-up, Anthony Shimore.
Yo.
Anthony, cruelly denied last season. We'll leave it there in that topic of discussion. Season 8, 2026. Is there finally a title on the horizon?
I don't know, and I don't care. I've been playing iRacing, so
Okay.
I don't really look forward at all. So it is what it is. Wherever we finish is where we finish today.
Any pace expectations, or are you just winging it tonight?
Nah, haven't. I've done a little bit of laps, but I have not practiced at all. But I'm just hoping for a good race. That's all.
Last season with McLaren, it looks like there's all sorts of rumors flying around you'll be joining Red Bull, and they were financially fined for that. Are you... Well, I suppose I should be asking this to you in a couple of weeks, but are you disappointed to be leaving if it is true?
Nah.
Fair enough. Best of luck tonight, Anthony, and best of luck for the season.
Yeah.
Who else
got
can
a
we
bit
get
wrecked
a
by
word?
last season, I can't lie.
Who else can we get a quick word with? Oh, let's speak with the Williams team principal, Sebastian Hingfield.
Oh yeah.
Sebastian, new season, and it looks like Williams look really, really dangerous. Max Novotny, what can you tell us about him?
I don't want to spoil anything, so I think I will just wait after the race. So
Will I spoil it, or will I hold
I
my
won't.
peace?
I won't. You have to wait.
Okay. What are the expectations for this season? Is because we've heard the rumors Max is quick. I know full on what his pace is around this track. Are you expecting a title, or is this a season where you can build on the foundations, of the very strong foundations you've already laid on?
It maybe can be title for Max, but I don't think we can attack the constructors right now. So yeah, but we'll see how the season goes. So
Well, the very best of luck to you and to your Williams comrades, Sebastian.
thank you.
Right, very quickly, nobody's joined the lobby. That's very unfortunate. There's 10 minutes left. This is TRL. Nothing changes despite the fact it's a new year. We're going to very quickly run through the classified football results, and then we will be back for the opening qualifying session of 2026, and we will start off in the Premier League. Aston Villa 3, Nottingham Forest 1. Brighton and Hove Albion 2, Burnley 0, and Wolverhampton Wanderers 3, West Ham 0. Bournemouth versus Arsenal is an even kickoff. In the Scottish Premiership, Celtic 1, Rangers 3. Dundee United 0, Dundee FC 1. Falkirk 1, Aberdeen 0. Heart of Midlothian 1, Livingston 0. Kilmarnock 1, Hibernian 3. And Motherwell 2, St Mirren 0. No football on this weekend, just the Premier League and the Scottish Premiership. Let's get a very quick word, because he's just joined us, I just saw it, and he's left us. I was hoping to get a word with the world champion Sam Lewis, but he's left us. Someone ping him to get him back. I desperately want to talk to him, considering the fact that this is his first race defending the title. And hopefully people are going to start joining the lobby. Wouldn't you hope, Tyson?
Well, I'm inviting people, and I don't know if my invites are working.
Let's get a very
Invite
quick
people
word
too and
with
no one's joined.
Ryu Zappa, who finished 4th in the championship last season. Ryu, how are you feeling for season 8?
I don't know honestly, but I'm feeling quite good for today. I've practiced with Sam Lewis, and I'm not
I saw.
very far behind. If anything, we're quite equal in pace, quite similar. So,
I'll interrupt you there, I apologise about that, but there's a lot of quick people on the grid this season. Do you feel that the old guard of yourself and Anthony and Oscar are finally being overtaken in pace, or do you still have something left?
no, I think we can still do it. I think we still got it.
Okay. You said tonight pace looks good. What about the overall season? Can you fight for the championship? Brutally honest.
Maybe. I think if, we stay consistent like we did last season, we can find ourselves within the hunt.
Ryu Zappa, thank you very much. Let's get a word with the world champion defending his title for the first time tonight, Sam Lewis.
Good morning.
Sam, you've gone public with us. You're quick. 1 minute 24.8 was the time you set alongside Ryu last night. First day defending the title, how does it feel?
Well, I've been in these scenarios before. I'm good under pressure, so I'm just going to treat it like any other race, and I'm just going to drive my best, because that's all you can really do. So that's what I'm aiming to do today.
Would you say you're going to have it your own way this season, or you're going to have to fight for it? What do you think?
I mean, you can't really have it your own way, mostly, in TRL. You have to fight, and I had to fight a lot last season, and I think I'm going to have to fight this season too. I don't think there's going to be a season where I just dominate, because unfortunately that's just not possible, because these guys are quick, and I don't expect that at all. But yeah, I'll fight for it, and I'll do what I need to do to defend my championship.
Are you looking forward to tonight? Let's just talk. We'll not talk about the World Championship fight because it hasn't started yet. That's not going to happen for a while. How excited are you for tonight? Just first race of the year for you in this league. Just talk to us about it without any bias about a title fight.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Silverstone, very high speed. It's the home of F1. I love this circuit. Good place for overtaking. A lot of good battles. TRL's had some good races here, and yeah, last season I started last and won that race. That meant so much to me. So yeah, the race here again means a lot, and I'm gonna enjoy it and have fun, especially when it's the season opener for season 8.
Lastly, how excited are you to actually have a teammate?
Very excited, and I have a lot of trust in Daniel, and he's in the same esports team as me, so I'm putting the trust to him, and I believe he will give us some good points this evening.
Well, I'm excited. You apparently are. Best of luck tonight, Sam.
Thanks.
TRL is back, but people still have to join the lobby. We will be back when qualifying gets underway for the first time in 2026, and with that, it's an invitation for Titan to mute our microphones. Happy New Year to you. TRL is back in T1. And look at that on the side of your screen if you can see it. Qualifying 1. It is full qualifying for the opening race of the TRL season from Silverstone in Northamptonshire. And those are dingy looking skies. The black clouds are forming over the circuit. And Will, we are in for a great one. Happy New Year to you. How good is it that T1's back?
Happy New Year to you as well and everyone watching. And yeah, it's finally we're back with TRL action T1. We've had T2, T3 over the weekend, and we've had plenty of action. This track gives us action every year we're here, and I just can't wait to see T1 racing around the track again.
Happy New Year. Welcome back to T1 Commentary, Tyson. After a great season last year, we're back for Season 8. How excited are you?
Very excited because not only is there new drivers, also some veteran drivers, but in different teams.
Things getting very exciting here. First and foremost, qualifying 1, then we have qualifying 2, and then obviously we will have qualifying 3. So qualifying will take up the next 48 minutes. 17 drivers, look how beautiful. As T1 gets underway for another season, and Q1 is underway. First and foremost, folks, what are we expecting this season? We'll start with you, Will. Any bold predictions on, first and foremost, who's going to win the championship?
Going to win the champ? That is a very good question. Well, obviously you've got the obvious people to point out: Sam Lewis, Ryu, the people that would normally be in contention for it. But then you've got the new drivers like Max. You got Daniel, who is in the same team that Sam is. So I don't think I could put a finger on anyone. But if I'm gonna say is what I did last season, we'll go Anthony Chamor again.
Well, we have movement at the end of the pit lane. Will predict Anthony to win the title again. Sam Rose, after being poached from Mercedes, I say poached, after being bought for an exorbitant amount of money by Tyson, he's the first driver out on the track in 2026 in T1. And Titan, what are you expecting from Sam Rose this year?
A win.
1 win. Will, what are you expecting Sam Rose to do?
Win every race.
Will, you need to fiddle with that setting. It's still kind of messing you up.
On. Oh my god.
Maybe just stay close to your microphone and it should...
No, I've got a headset mic. That's probably why. But I've got, because like it's dodgy. But there's the mic monitor, and I can go like this. But I don't know if that helps.
Okay, Will, what are you expecting from Sam Rose this season?
The crash.
Okay, that's better. That's much better. Just keep it like that.
Okay, I'll just speak really loudly.
Well, we can still hear you, Will, so...
What?
No! Okay, never mind. 16 minutes and 15 seconds to go in Q1. We will have Q2 and Q3 to follow, and the track is beginning to populate for the first time in 2026 in the top tier. Already yesterday we saw some great races in T3 and T2. The most infamous, or most interesting win was in T3 yesterday as league owner Ronnie led the T3 championship. We'll of course have a little bit of discussion about that at the end of the show, but the focus is well and truly on the top tier. Of course, 12 races to come across the next 84 days, and it all begins here as Sam Rose went for an outlap and comes back into the pit lane, which means the first driver to actually set a racing time this season will be Ryu Zappu in that beautiful Japan liveried Red Bull Titan.
No, I can't speak. Never mind.
So the final 2 laps of Abu Dhabi.
I don't think anyone featured in their final laps of Abu Dhabi there.
Well, I was able to keep it together, but here we go. 2026 and P1 begins as Ryu Zappu gets us underway as he heads up towards Abbey Corner, 8th gear, 300 kilometers an hour. He was, of course, practicing with Sam Lewis last night, and that could be very good news for him as he flicks it right for Village, and then he'll flick it left for the loop. Of course, the T3 and T2 drivers have already done this weekend. Now it's down to the T1 folk to prove why they are the best of the best in this league. First activation point for DRS on the track as Ryu Zappu hurtles his way down the Wellington straight down towards Brooklands. First sector split, it's a 27.108. Flick it left through Brooklands, taking that corner very tight and a big kick of oversteer as he heads through Luffield. How much time do you think he's lost from that, Will?
Well, if it keeps the lap tidy, it shouldn't be too much of an issue for him, but every little counts.
He's gone past Woodcote and now to the infamous Copse Corner where Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen came together in 2021. Flat out, 7th gear. He'll rise it into 8th as he heads up towards the infamous Maggots and Beckett's left, right complex. That second sector split is approaching very quickly, and as he comes out of Chapel Curve, it is going to be a 1 minute 2.396 for the two-time TRL champion of Season 2 and Season 6, Ryu Zappu, looking to get a third title bid underway tonight here at Silverstone. Through Stowe Corner he goes for the first time in this qualifying session for the kink of Vale and towards the club chicane, dropping it down from 7th gear all the way down to 3rd, through the left, right and the right before the Hamilton straight. It's been a solid lap from Ryu Zappu, a couple of mistakes here and there, but he gets us going with 1 minute 26.055, time to be found there. Next up, we'll ride on board with the two Mercedes of Magnus Sheep and Valtteri Bottas, who have moved from Kick Sauber during the off-season to join Sean at the German outfit. Here comes Magnus Sheep going down in towards the club chicane, 3rd gear for the first part, 3rd gear through the second part. It's a solid lap time, it looks like, for Magnus Sheep, but he's invalidated at the last. And Valtteri Bottas is now on an outlap. Next up to the line is it's Rian X in the Kick Sauber, one of the new drivers for them this season. He goes to the line 1 minute 28.322 and is then followed by Kazoo in the Haas. And then we have Theo on an outlap. We have Gary Gator coming up towards the line on intermediate compound tyres as well. So 13 minutes to go in the session. Ryu Zappu looking good, Tyson.
Yeah, that would good. 126, pretty much dead on. Give him a couple of mistakes, definitely getting 125s.
Will take us through Theo's lap as he begins his Red Bull campaign in 11th.
Yep. This corner saw a lot of tricky trials through T1, T2, T3 with lots of oversteer. Now coming down Wellington Straight. Yes, I remember. Oh, I can't see any of the stuff. Thomas, stop leaving. Okay, there we go. 202 miles an hour before he flicks it left, clips the apex nicely, little bit of scrubbing on the tyres, don't want to do that too much to lose your speed. Tries to get it back, oh, a big snap of oversteer before the old pitch straight, that could potentially cost him pole from his teammate, but we don't know his pace yet. Round into Cop's corner, slight lift and a shift down, only a little touch of the curb on the left where most drivers, we've got a driver on the apex, will he get blocked? It's his teammate. Oh, kind of goes a little bit wide, maybe a bit of a distraction. He goes off the curb. He's invalidated. He's ruined his lap.
Great lap from Valtteri Bottas to go into second position, 1 minute 26.102. The Haas of Kazoo is coming through Stowe Corner now. He's changed his name to Dully Am Gully as he is in the special liveried Haas car. His teammate Sam Rose is not, and it looks like he is struggling quite a bit on his flying run. Here comes Kazoo up towards the line, is 7th, and he is going to put himself in 3rd position with 1 minute 28.162. Coming up to the line next, we've got the second Haas of Sam Rose, of course, who was signed for big money in the off-season, and of course, as Will was talking about Theo invalidated stuff, he's coming to the line now. Let's see what Sam Rose can do, though, with 11 minutes and 21 seconds left in Q1. Of course, a couple of drivers will be eliminated, not as many as there are in real life. Sam Rose goes 3rd, 1 minute 27.273. The track's not too busy at the moment, Tyson.
No, not too busy. There was a bit of traffic, but it is definitely going to get interesting as we count down.
Trevor Robinson remains with Alpine for the 3rd season in a row. He won the Miami 6. Didn't have too good of a campaign last season, but he's hoping his season 8 can get off to the best possible start. He is about to start a flying run, but the focus is all on Williams' new driver, Max Novotny, who signed during the off-season and is incredibly quick and might just be the person that can challenge Sam Lewis for the TRL title this season. He goes down in towards the club chicane. On his outlap, is about to become a TRL driver for the first time as he begins his flying run. So Max Novotny could be the heir to the Sam Lewis crown as he goes into Abbey Corner for the first time. 8th gear, 300 kilometers an hour as Ryu Zappu. Not too much differentiation in the lines between those two there. Down in towards Village Corner, 3rd gear as he flicks it left then for the loop. Stays in 3rd gear, goes to about 90 kilometers an hour. It's a solid exit coming out of there as he heads towards the Wellington Straight for the first time in this run. He's used about 30% of his battery. Only 7 drivers have set lap time, so this won't set the world alight just yet. 27.103 as he goes into Brooklands Corner. Flick it left and then flick it right for Luffield. Tight through Brooklands, wide through Luffield, and that's, I suppose, the best line to take through there, Will, as he runs a little bit wide on the exit.
Yeah, a little bit wide on the exit, but I'm curious to see what he sets with all this big talk about him being very quick.
Through Cop's Corner he goes 300 kilometers an hour, went from 7th to 8th gear as he heads in towards Maggots and Beckett's. Not been the best lap in the world. There's been a couple of mistakes. Titan, do you think that's just a little bit of pressure on him early on?
Yeah, well, we haven't seen his full potential yet, so we have to see how he improves.
35.287 was the middle sector for Ryu Zappu. It was a 35.2 as well for Max. So it looks like they are even in the 1 minute 26s so far. But Max, and you'd like to think Ryu, have time to find after mistakes on their initial runs. Max goes through the club chicane complex as he heads out onto the Hamilton straight. Is this going to get provisional pole? It is 1 minute 25.7. And that is first position for now. Anthony Shimura, last season's runner-up. Hecron is coming down towards Stoke Corner now. He's in 15th position, but of course, will try to set a lap time that is best off the rest at the moment. Max just about 2/10 quicker than Ryu Zappu as it stands, but he locks the rears going into the club chicane. That's going to lose him a little bit of time, and last season's run is not going to go quickest, but he is going to go into third with 1 minute 26.089. Daniel is coming to the line now to start his flying run. Sam Lewis is on an out lap. He's just about to begin one, and we are going to ride on board with AERP Daniel in the company of Will.
Daniel, yeah? Yeah, okay. Down the Hamilton straight, using ERS already in the lap, which I think is pretty valid. I don't know, I don't race. Flat out through first corner, 180 miles an hour as he comes around, brakes just halfway, maybe about 75 meters, we'll say, from the corner. Comes around, I think this is village curve. Farm curve? I don't know. I'm not a nerd. Using ERS, getting a bit of slipstream from his teammate as well down the Wellington straight. Already team games from these two. It's just like a prime Magnus and Emil. But all slides in to this corner. I'm not sure how he's done that, but I'm not quick. 70 miles an hour now. Doesn't try and clip the apex. Keeps it nice and wide. Prioritizes exit speed over corner speed. No problems for him there. He seems very quick, and he's almost giving his teammate a bit of help here as well on an outlap. Round Cop's corner. Just a quick downshift. Barely even a lift. He already halfway through his battery pack, which seems pretty good. Through Maggots and Beckett's, very tricky corner to get right. We've seen many get it wrong. 180. His flaps were almost still pinned to the floor until that last little curve. Down Hanger straight, DRS. Last big straight, you know, to use that majority of the DRS. He's got an Aston in front of him. Maybe, you know, trying to get a bit of slipstream. I don't know how far it is, but won't get impeded, hopefully, down the club chicane. Not club chicane. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Knew it. Round final corner now into Hamilton straight. What does he get? It's a 125.9 and he goes P2.
He goes P2, his teammates looking for P1. Let's ride on board with Sam Lewis as he gets his title defense underway in a race where he did not have a good qualifying session last season, but he won it from last in the grid anyway, so qualifying doesn't mean much for Sam Lewis around here, because we know he has the pace. He set a 1 minute 24.8 in practice with Ryu Zappu last night. If that's indication for what he can do tonight, the world is in serious trouble. Will Sam Lewis get a toe from his teammate? Yes, he will, and the team games, as Will was saying, are very strong from Ferrari initially. First sector split for Sam Lewis, it's a 27.1, and only 3 drivers have not set times. Sam Lewis, Janko Thies and Westrizi, as crucially enough, Thomas goes second for Aston Martin, Will.
Yes. Let's go.
Nothing else to add other than yes. Good vote of confidence.
Yeah.
Sam Lewis has a negotiated wood coat, the flat out, kinking into the flat out corner of Cops. He's used all the road on the left hand side of the track as he'll flick it left, then right, then left, then right, and left again for the Maggots and Beckett's corners. 7th gear for the third part, and he will drop it down to 6th for Chapel Curve. Middle sector split coming up, and it's a 1 minute 2.197. It's looking good for him, Titan.
Yeah, it is really, really good. A really good pace, and Kelly keep the pace up. Really good, nice and smooth on the edge. Now down to the final few corners. Here we go. Nicely done over the curb. In third gear. Janko Thies,
yes. Quickest time. Right time
yeah.
from him. But here comes Sam Lewis, who immediately smashes that time. 1 minute 25.542. And let's not forget, Will, we're only in Q1.
I know, this is
I need to
already.
mention something.
Yes,
yeah.
Tyson?
Go into the T1 chat, scroll up. Westrizi is definitely not racing. His
wheels like
has snapped off his wheelbase.
Oh my god!
That's why he's still in the pit. He says he could maybe
god.
screw it back on. That's what he told me, but I doubt it. Yeah, he might be kirked. That could be Westrizi DNF already.
There's been an official mechanical failure in this league.
Yeah.
Thomas does have a little bit of snitching to do. He was server muted in case he would be using that stupid little sound effect he has. But Thomas, tell us all about it. Qualifying ban for someone.
For who? Oh yeah, the guy. Oh yeah. So the Edward guy, who seems to have some pace, but unfortunately he used the inters, which I told Ronnie to allow us to do, but he said no. So I mean, you got to do what you got to do, and he's going to unfortunately get
Did the
penalties
same
for
as
that.
well.
Who else did it?
Gary Gator.
Thomas, just talk to us very quickly about that opening qualifying run. 25.836. How do you feel?
Yeah, it was fine. There's nothing to risk in Q1, so I feel like all of the top, 8 are just going really nice and smooth, trying not to risk anything. So nothing's really showing until Q2 and Q3.
And of course, the 5 slowest drivers in Q1 will be eliminated. In real life, it's only the 2 slowest drivers, so Rian and Westreezy are currently on the bubble at the moment. Sam Rose is safe for now. We'll let Thomas concentrate on his flying.
On what?
No, outlap.
No, I'm not. I forgot to pit. But it doesn't
Oh,
really
okay,
matter.
fair enough. Well, we'll let you concentrate on getting back to the pits. 3 minutes 20 seconds to go in Q1. Rian is on another flying run. And I believe Daniel's retired. I'm just a little bit confused on what's going on at the moment. Valtteri Bottas is retired, so you're going to see the retirements coming in from people who believe they've done enough. Rian has not improved enough to get out of the drop zone. And, oh, sorry, he has. My apologies. Duliam Gully, Kazoo, does need to improve by a 10th to get out of Q1. Titan, do you think your driver will be able to do that? Westreezy's out on track.
Oh my god.
He's
Maybe on the
obviously
controller.
operating on controller, though, you.
Yeah.
I don't think, I think if he was able to get his wheelbase on it,
He's gonna like turn left round a hairpin, it's just gonna snap off again.
yeah.
If we see him go straight into a wall, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So final about 140 seconds of Q1, the opening Q1 session, hopefully of many this season. Look how lovely that Rolls car looks, Titan.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
It's a good looking Red Bull sugar free.
That's kind of the point. Westreezy's wheelbase snapped off. Take us through his lap, Titan.
Alright, so here we go with the snapped off Westreezy through.
Tipping a tyre in the grass.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Westreezy tried, he has failed, and he is out of qualifying, which means that it's a straight shootout. You'd like to think between those down from 12th to 16th to stay in the session, but even then you'd like to think Theo and Ed are safe. They're both on flying runs at the moment. Coming up towards the line next is Kazoo, who's trying to get out of Q1, so take us through his lap, Titan.
Alright, so here we go. Now, first corner, nicely done. Nice and smooth through there. Foot all the way down. Good ERS usage. Oh, bit deep, but still holds it. Now onto the Wellington straight we go. Through past this corner, now onto the Wellington straight. DRS wide open. ERS in use all the way down. And it's going to be a 27.5 for the first sector. Now the left hander all the way around the right. Big right hander, very long. Now down the old pitch straight, going all the way down. The infamous collision in 2021. If you know it, you know it. Cops corner coming right up. A little bit of lift. Bit of a slide, ever so slightly. But here we go to Maggots and Beckett's. It's a left and a right and another left. And then another right. And then a final left to finish it off. Now down the hanger straight. All the way. Dearest wide open. All the ERS battery to use is possible. Now here we go. Swinging it in. You see the car flying under the pressure. Now to the final corners. Here we go. Clipping the apexes. Nicely done. Good work. Now bit of a slide over the rear. But it's coming.
Oh, a huge slide going across the line. He makes it through. But oh my word, Will.
Yeah, well, could we just keep an eye on Westreezy? He's got one lap
he's
to get
in
out
the
of
middle of a lap.
Q1.
Currently, Rian is out of qualifying, but Kazoo could be under serious pressure, so Westreezy could eliminate the Kick Sauber driver from Q1 if his wheelbase holds together, Titan.
Yeah, it could.
We don't even know what he's racing on at the moment, whether he's on a controller or a wheel, Will.
I think he might be on a controller.
You'd like to think he's on a controller. I don't think he could fix it that quickly.
Yeah, well, his controls don't look exactly very Westreezy like.
No, they don't. As he heads into Copse Corner 7th gear, 290 kilometers an hour. It might be a Q2 exit for Westreezy, but you'd like to think he has the pace to get into Q2 to start with. Middle sector split quickly approaching. The big boys are setting times in the 1 minute 1s and 1 minute 2s. It doesn't look like Westreezy's going to get anywhere near that. He sets a 1 minute 3 point something because Thomas has left the voice chat. I can't see what he set. Great timing, Thomas. Well done. Westreezy coming up towards Stoke Corner for the first and only time in this qualifying session. He might still be in trouble. He needs to get past Kazoo's time of 1 minute 27.384 to get into Q2. He's locked the rears going into the club chicane, and qualifying might be over. It is. It's all gone wrong. And Kazoo survives Titan, and that's Q1.
I feel actually really sad for Westreezy.
Yeah. I reckon that was his wheel, I reckon. That's what I think. He just saw his wheel kind of snap forward. Oh.
We are waiting for Kazoo to cross the line. I believe he improved. No, he didn't improve again, but he finishes 15th, which would eliminate him in Q2. So let's take a look at the opening Q1 standings for 2026 in TRL. And surprise, surprise, look who's at the top of the timesheets. Sam Lewis is back, and he's 2.5 tenths quicker than Jan Cotis in second place for Aston Martin. In third was the Williams of Max Novotny, who joins TRL. He set a 1 minute 25.807. Next up is Thomas in his debut for Aston Martin, followed by Sam Lewis's teammate Daniel. Ryu Zapu, Anthony, Emil, and Trat race around at the top 9 with Gary Gator in his TRL debut 10th. Magnasheep, Theo, Ed, Sam Rose, and Kazoo all survived, but eliminated in Q1 is Rian in his TRL debut for Kick Sauber and Westreezy with his wheel problems. Q2 is next. Still darkish skies over Silverstone, but no threat of rain, you hope, Will.
Well, maybe they might be raiding Q3, and that would definitely throw a spanner in the works for a lot of these drivers.
Well, it is Q2, 3 parts to qualifying, obviously, since we have 17 drivers in the lobby, Titan. It's been very exciting so far.
Yes, it has. It's good to see nearly full lobbies in this league. We get to see all of the drivers fight it through all of it. It's not just 10 or 11 drivers, it's nearly a full packed grid.
Of course, Louis will be serving a qualifying ban effective immediately for the fact that he was on intermediate compound tires. So we already have our first... Sorry, where was Louis in Q1? I just have to check. He was eliminated, wasn't he? No, he wasn't. Where was he? He was
Louis?
10th.
Is he Gary Gator?
I believe so, yeah, he was 10th. So he will be immediately eliminated in session. As the first driver to head out onto track in Q2 again is Sam Rose, Titan.
My God!
Very enthusiastic, well done. Good stuff. Will, what are we expecting from the big boys in this session? We're gonna see times that get close to the 1 minute 24s?
I reckon we'll see within 4 or 5 tenths of it. I don't think they'll be pushing too hard again, because there's still a decent gap between the people who would be at the front normally and the people who will probably get out qualified this session. So I don't think they'll give it their all until it is just Q3.
Of course, everyone from 15th down to 11th will be eliminated in this session, which means that there's a lot more on stake, which means that people will have to improve from what they were doing in Q1, specifically your drivers, Titan. What was that, Titan?
I think he had a mental breakdown, like a mini one.
He's having a lot of those recently. I'm not sure how I should feel about that.
Ever since his team started performing bad.
Ever since the final 2 laps of Abu Dhabi. Titan, what's gonna happen?
Right, fun fact, right? Today I'd signed a reserve for T1. Literally, do you know how long that contract lasted? 5 minutes. He left the league.
5 minutes. Ooh.
This is why Titan struggles so much, because his drivers stay for 5 minutes. Anyway, Q2 about to begin. Magnasheep has passed Sam Rose on track, meaning that the 3-time TRL champion will get Q2 underway, and it's over to Titan to take us through his lap.
Alright, Magnus Sheep, the sheep himself around Silverstone in a Mercedes this time, out of all cars. Yeah, here we go then. So, oh my God.
Will, Titan seems incapable of speaking. Take us through the rest of Magnus Sheep's lap.
Yeah. Down Wellington Straight now. Oh, I've got none of the spectator menu stuff up. My apologies. Okay, there we go. I've got it all up. 70 miles an hour. Does he try and clip the apex? No, he doesn't. He keeps it nice and wide, focusing on exit. Already used 60% of his battery. Maybe not conserving it as much on his first run to get a test of how things can go. Come round Cops Corner now, 170 miles an hour. Only a downshift near the end of the corner. May have ruined his exit just a little bit, but now he's got to negotiate Maggots and Beckett's for the first time in Q2. How does he do? Shifts down to 5, little bit of a lockup, and he runs very wide. That's going to ruin his exit all the way down the hangar straight. He still goes purple sector 2 because he's the only driver in it, unless if a Haas takes it from him, which I don't know because I'm not watching the Haas. Through Vale now. Does he take it wide? Nearly over that white line. Only 6% battery left. Down to third. A little bit of a lockup from the fronts. Nearly hitting that sausage curb, having to kind of turn to the left a little bit there. Throwing his run off down the Hamilton straight. What does he do? It's a 127.7. Not a very good lap.
Next up is Kazoo in the Haas. He was in danger in Q1. Will this be a lap time that gets him close to Q3? He goes top of the timesheets. And then next up is the Ferrari of Daniel, who goes top of the timesheets. 1 minute 26.134. Sam Rose is next for Haas. He beats his teammate. He's into the 1 minute 26s. 26.794. Next up we have the Mercedes off Bottas, who's set to 1 minute 26.6. Thomas goes quickest, beating Daniel 1 minute 26.0. And then we have Gary Gator, who has disobeyed this qualifying ban. He is third, and he will probably get a heavy penalisation for that one. We've got the two Williamses of Ed and Max Novotny, who goes quickest with 1 minute 25.678. 768, I should say, that was my mistake. And then Theo, who goes 7th, 1 minute 27.070. Bit of breathing room on the track as Jan Kotista is next coming into the club chicane, 7th gear, dropping it all the way down to 3rd, and just stays above 100 kilometers an hour through the second part of the club chicane. And then onto the Hamilton straight. What can Jan Kotista do? He was quick in Q1, he's quick in Q2, and he goes to the top of the timesheets as Anthony Chamor follows him across the line now. Last season's runner-up will go into 6th position, 1 minute 26.208. And breathe. 10 minutes left in Q2, Titan.
Yeah, I've got a question though. Since some people like have quali bans but they're still qualifying, if people get knocked out because they're disobeying the quali ban, will the lobby restart?
That's not how it works. They've not been given a qualifying ban yet. If they were given one, it would be given for the next race.
Yeah.
They've not necessarily got one yet. We're just saying that they will have one.
That's true.
So it means
That's
nothing.
For now, anyway. Sam Lewis and Trevor Robertson on outlaps. Ed is coming up towards the final couple of corners in the Williams course in Q1. He set a pretty mid-pack time of 1 minute 26.937, which put him 13th. The man from Jamaica coming up towards the line will try to beat that time, which will put him into the top 10. It's a 1 minute 26.714, which puts him into 8th. Trevor Robertson and Sam Lewis are around on their laps at the moment, but so far so good for Aston Martin, Will.
Yeah, it's going well. I'd like to ask Titan a question, actually. Do you know how it feels to have your drivers in first and third Titan? Do you know how good it feels? It feels very good. It feels very good, Titan.
Very
well done,
arrogant.
Thomas. I'm very proud of you. No, I'm not arrogant, I'm just
arrogant, Will.
confident.
Well, I used to be a TP before you Aston Martin, so it's my
Yeah.
legacy.
To
Your
very little
legacy.
success, though, Titan.
I was leading the World Constructors' Championship in my first season with Aston Titan.
Well, you haven't been.
Enough
well,
bickering between
at
you two.
least
Will, it's
I
Sam
led
Lewis time.
the championship
Take us through the reigning
once.
champions lap.
Sam Lewis, where is he? Sam Lewis. Okay,
Going
down
down turn one.
Hamilton straight, yes. Round turn 1, nearly dips a tyre in the grass, but doesn't quite. Keeps it nice and tidy. 70% of his battery used already. Locks up the front left just a little bit going into the corner. Down all the way to 50 miles an hour. Up into 4th, up into 5th. Using battery already through the little kink to the left. DRS enabled across down the Wellington straight under the nice little DHL bridge. It is a DHL bridge, isn't it? No, Pirelli.
Yeah,
oh my
it is,
god.
Yep.
Pirelli. Yeah. Down is I forgot what this corner's called. The hairpin. That's what we're gonna call it.
Luffield.
80 miles an hour. Yeah. Clips the apex, which some people don't like to do to prioritise exit speed. Down Woodcut now. The little kink to the right. Down old hanger straight round Cops Corner. Shifts a lot earlier than what his teammate did. No, Magnus shifted later. Through Magnus and Beckett's now. only 35% of his battery left already, a lot less than what other drivers had at this portion of the lap. Kind of went a little bit, oh, he still goes purple with a 102.1. Very quick round sector 2. That seems to be his strongest sector so far. Round Vale now, 150 miles an hour as he exits. Down one more crucial corner to go. Locks up the fronts just ever so slightly. Just barely avoiding the sausage curb on the inside. One corner to go until he goes down the Hamilton straight again. And he goes pole with a 125.6.
Quickest time for Sam Lewis, but crucially, and I'm just checking here, it's slower than what he set in Q1, Titan.
Yeah, maybe he knows he can get through to Q3 and maybe just hanging back a little.
So currently in the drop zone with 6.5 minutes left in Q2, Theo, Kazoo, Magnus Sheep and Ryu Zappu and Trevor Robinson not set times. Trevor Robinson aborted his flying run. Magnus Sheep, of course, with that dismal first attempt, he can definitely do better. Ryu Zappu has not proved his worth yet in this session. Out of all of them who are in trouble, Will, who do you think's going to get eliminated?
I reckon we could have a shock and see at least one of the Red Bulls out.
Do you think the same, Titan?
I mean, if traffic's an issue, then yeah.
Well, you would like to feel that everyone from about first to fifth is safe, but the field is quite close, with all them in the 1 minute 20. There's about 7 tenths between 4th and 10th, so there is the chance that some people will have to go again. But for the likes of Thomas and Daniel, they should be safe.
Dom.
Yes.
Some info. When you're doing short qualifying runs, which is where Sam Lewis set his 1 minute 24.843, I believe. That was done on a short qualifying session, which is representative of Q2 conditions. So this qualifying session is where you'd want to see those sorts of times. So you might even be seeing a 25.7 for the Q3.
Yeah, we'll see what the pole time amounts to being. Of course, it was a 25.5 in Q1. Theo is on an outlap. Ryu Zappu is... Well, there's a Ferrari coming out on track. That is Daniel, and there is a movement in the pit lane. Let's just say that. We will have goal updates. The big Saturday night football match between but not between Aston Villa, but I will talk about Aston Villa in a second. Between Bournemouth and Arsenal, 0-0 after 7 minutes. Of course, Arsenal looking to further their lead at the top of the Premier League with a load more teams to play tomorrow. Rangers won the Old Firm. Get in. Theo has a lot of work to do, don't you think, Tyson?
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't raced for quite a bit. He did take like a month or two break. So it depends what he, if he's practiced or not.
Of course, Ryu Zappu does have to set a lap to make Q3, but you feel he'll get through there without much hassle. In Q1, he set a 1 minute 20... Sorry, I'm looking for Ryu Zappu there. It's a 1 minute 26.055 to go into 6th position in Q1, so you'd like to feel improve. That will put him in 5th as it currently stands in Q2. A lot of people think they can improve. Nobody feels safe at the moment. The retirements haven't started to come. So 3 minutes and 55. Decide who makes it into Q3, and we will ride on board with Theo as Titan will take us through his lap.
Oh boy. Here we go, Ben. Howson straight, start lap, there we go. Now, Theo, what can Theo do? Can he get himself out of the drop zone? Probably can. Now, here we go. Cars keep it away, nicely done. Big braking zone, nicely done. There we go. Slightly just missing the apex by about a couple of inches. Now, he clips the apex there. Now, onto the Wellington straight. And now, DRS wide open. DRS is close. He's not doing a lap.
Theo has backed out, so let's ride on board with Ryu Zappu, who set a 27.167 in the opening sector as he head towards Luffield corner, flicking it right. As always, Ryu will take a little bit wider entry and exit going out of there as he heads up to Woodcote. You think the plan is for him to maybe get a toe off his teammate, Will?
Ben would like to do, so I'm guessing so.
Well, he has gotten out of the way of Sam Rose, who's on an outlap. Sam Rose currently on the bubble to be eliminated. So we'll see if Ryu Zappu gets a toe from his newly established teammate in Theo. As he
Theo's slowing down massively.
It's a quick lap from him. It's a 1 minute 2.294, and yes, indeed, he will get that toe, Will.
Yeah, Theo slowed down massively on the exit to Magus and Beckett, so I don't know if they've just sacrificed Theo's lap for Ryu's, but that would be a little bit cheeky, it seems.
Well, he does have battery, and he will have the tyres to go for one more run, so I'd say he will get another chance. So here comes Ryu Zappa. This will definitely get him through into Q3. It just depends where he goes in Q2. He goes into 4, forming 25.8 exactly, and now Theo goes again, along with Sam Rose behind him, and Daniel goes quick as Titan.
Oh, that was a big surprise there. 1-2 over the Ferraris.
And Sam Lewis feels he can improve as well using another set of softs. He's gone again in his lap as well. So we've got a lot of things to talk about as Daniel runs very wide, going through Village and then into the... So you'd like to feel he'll give his teammate another tow again. We will ride on board with Sam Rose as he comes down towards the first sector. But of course, a couple of other drivers still have to improve. In fact, we'll ride on board with Magnus. We'll switch to Magnus. He'll be the first out of the rest of the drivers to go and set a lap time heading through Maggots and Beckett's now. He needs to improve from what was a dismal opening run, and it would be very embarrassing for a three-time champion to be eliminated in Q2 in his opening race for Mercedes, and he's 1 second up. Will.
Yeah, what's going on? Sorry, you cut out.
Magnus Sheep's a second up. I cut out or you cut out?
You cut out.
Oh.
All we heard was you're a second up, and then you just went off. Vanished.
Well, that was where I finished anyway, but we'll finish Magnus Sheep's lap as he comes up towards the line. It looks like it's going to be a much better lap, and it is. He goes into 7th position. Right, let's focus on Theo, who's abandoned another run, Tyson. Theo's out of qualifying, it looks.
Yeah, I don't know why he's done that. That's him done. Oh, he's invalidated!
Sam Rose coming up towards the line next. Sam Lewis is immediately following him behind, so we'll ride on board with Sam Rose as he comes towards the final corner. Is this going to be enough to secure his spot in Q3? No, he goes 11th. Sam Rose is out. Will Sam Lewis go to the top of the timesheets again? He does! Stunning lap, 1 minute 25.224. We have the Alpine of Trevor Robinson coming to the line next. He needs a big lap, but he's invalidated, so he has to hope the next 90 seconds are inch perfect for him. Coming up towards the line next is the Haas of Kazoo, who's 6/10 up in the middle sector, which currently would not be enough to get him into Q3. And look who's on the bubble, Titan. Hecaron seems to be in trouble.
Yeah, I just realized he's in 10th now.
Here comes Kazoo up towards the line. Can he get into Q3? No, he goes 13th. So Anthony Shimor, last season championship runner-up, is in 10th and struggling. Let's not forget Valtteri Bottas is 6/10 up in the middle sector as well. We're right on board with the man in the Mercedes. Of course, the one-time TRL champion, the Season 5 king, who has now joined his friend Magnus Sheep at Mercedes for Season 8 in 2026. Bottas flicks it left, then right, and he'll flick it right again as he goes onto the Hamilton straight. Will Valtteri Bottas be out in Q2? The answer is no, he goes 6th. Magnus Sheep's 8th. So Anthony Shimor is only 2/10 up, and my goodness, this could be incredible. Will Hecaron even make it through to Q3? He goes 6th, and he found a lot of time in the final sector there, Will.
Yeah, I mean, that might be his little magic sector, same as Sam Rose's magic sector too.
Trevor Robinson is 10 seconds up on his personal best, and that means he'll probably have time to find in the final sector. Gary Gator was not in the best of form in Q1. He is 7,000s down, so it looks like he's going to be out of qualifying as it stands. But we'll ride on board with Trevor Robinson as it was a Ferrari 1-2 in the timesheets as it stands. Will he be able to dent their dominance? Coming up towards the line, is it enough for Q3? It is. He goes 8th, and Magnus Sheep could be in trouble if Gary Gator... Will he knock the three-time world champion out of qualifying? Yes, he does!
Oh.
And Magnus Sheep's out in Q2.
Because of Gary Gator. Ooh.
Judged that well.
Well done, Thomas. Very proud.
Here is your Q2 order. The three-time champion Magnus Sheep is out, as Sam Lewis is 4/10 quicker than his teammate Daniel in qualifying. Jan Kutisa is 3rd, with his Czech friend Max Novotny not performing in 4th. Ryu Zappa is 5th, with his old rival Hecaron 6,000 of a second behind him, and their older rival Bottas in 7th. Track racer Gary Gator and Thomas survive, with Magnus Sheep, Ed, Sam Rose, Kazoo and Theo all eliminated. Q3 to decide pole is next. Q3 to decide a poleman. No rain. We have inside info from Sebastian Hingfield, the Williams team principal, that Max Novotny did his Q2 time on tyres from Q1, Will.
Yeah, well, I don't know why you'd do that, to be honest, because Q2 is still quite an important one, but use the
They're
time.
going to lose a set of tyres as well.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's a bit confusing.
Well, 12 minutes to decide whether one of the 10 drivers will get pole position. Who do you think's the favourite, Titan?
One of the 10.
One of the
Oh.
10. No specific prediction, just you're saying you're gonna get it right.
We've
Yeah.
got a comedy master over here.
Yeah, I know, right?
Ah, kill
First driver
yourself.
out on track in Q3, as it looks like, is going to be the two-time world champion Ryu Zappu, who was 6th in Q1 and 5th in Q2. How much do you think he can improve by to try and steal pole position from the favourites? Will.
Well, I don't know. He claims that he's, on par with Sam Lewis or just a little bit behind, but I haven't really seen it this qualifying, so I'm
No.
not sure if he'll be able to.
Tyson, what about you? Is there going to be a Ryu Zappu pole position in the distant future?
I mean, he knows how to get a pole, and he has done several times, even when maybe he shouldn't have.
Well, we have 2 goals to update you in the Saturday night football match at the Vitality Stadium. Bournemouth took the lead via Evan Nilsson 5 minutes ago, and now Arsenal have got level via Gabriel from a set piece. So it's 1-1 at the Vitality Stadium. We'll keep you updated. Arsenal dropping points as it stands. Still a long way to go in this session. So Ryu Zappu immediately followed by Valtteri Bottas, one of the other Mercedes to make it through. Oh, I should say the only Mercedes to make it through after his teammate Magnussen was eliminated in Q2. What do you think Bottas can do this season, Will?
Well, based off of his performances last season, he was a point-scoring driver, but he wasn't exactly up at the front where he used to be. Yeah.
And of course, he brought out the safety car that decided the championship
Oh, in the exact same place where it happened in real life too.
in 2021.
Little bit of convenience there, but oh well. I didn't get fined for it. We're okay.
Crashgate.
Yeah.
So
Nah.
Ryu Zappu has got a little bit of a berth from Valtteri Bottas, so he will be the first driver to get us going in Q3, 6th in Q1, 5th in Q2, anything better in Q3, and it's a solid result for the two-time champion. He heads down the Hamilton straight and will flick it right towards Abbey Curve in turn number 1, 8th gear, dropping it down to 290 kilometers an hour from pure physics alone, goes through Farm Curve and then flicks it right for Village. He's a little bit wide through there, but nothing that'll hinder his lap too much, and then into the loop, turn number 4, 3rd gear through there. Comes out in towards Aintree Curve. He'll activate DRS for the first time. That rear slot in his rear wing is open, and he'll get about 2 kilometers speed as well. First sector split for the two-time champion, 27.009. We'll quickly check on Valtteri Bottas, who has set a 27.218. So Ryu Zappu initially quicker than his old rival, who fought for the title with him in Season 2 a very, very long time ago. 2 years since then. Through Woodcote Corner and up towards Cops now for Ryu Zappu, 8th gear, 316 kilometers an hour. He'll drop it down about 30 to 285 and a gear down to 7th as he heads towards the Maggots and Beckett's left, left chicane complex, so you could call it that anyway. 8th gear, dropping it down to 7th, going through the next corner, 5th gear, and as he heads out of Chapel at the middle sector split, it's a 102.034. Valtteri Bottas has run wide going through Chapel and sets a 1 minute 2.899. So Ryu Zappu nailed on to set the initial provisional pole lap time, but as always, there are drivers who are very quick, and of course Max Novotny and Sam Lewis. So Ryu Zappu heading into the club chicane for the first time in Q3, and then out onto the Hamilton straight after exiting club to the line. It is a 1 minute 25.507 to get us underway. Next up is Valtteri Bottas for Mercedes, then followed by Sam Lewis, I believe, in the Ferrari. We'll ride on board with him in a second, but here comes Thomas, who has backed out of his lap. Over to you, Will, to take us through Sam Lewis's lap.
Yes, Sam Lewis, where are you? There you are. Sam Lewis, down into turn 1, dips a tyre in the grass. Already a little bit of a hinder to his first run of Q3. A lock up again, but he's got his teammate in front of him ready to give him that slipstream. Once again, seeing that teamwork between the two of them. Yeah, they seem to be quite good at it, using 70% of his battery down the hanger straight, using DRS, getting that massive tow from his teammate. Look how much it's helping him. Down into the quick left-hander, scrubbing his tyres, just like his teammate was. They seem to have very similar driving styles. Does he try and clip the apex again? He does. He keeps it nice and tight through the right hairpin. A lot different to what the other drivers try to do. Down the old pit straight now, into 8th gear, shifting nice and early. Keeps it foot flat to the floor around Cops. Maybe a little bit wide on the exit, but not many people will do that. Through Maggots and Beckett's now, right, left. Have a little bit of a light braking zone now. Oh, kind of slides a little bit out wide, but nothing too bad. Tries to use a little bit of the slipstream from the Mercedes, but doesn't get much. 11% battery now to the right-hander of Vale. Nearly dips a tyre in the gravel on the outside. They're very lucky not to. Into the chicane for the first run, and we'll see if he can topple Ryu Zapu. One last corner between him and a potential provisional pole position. What does he get? It is a 125 flat. 5/10 up from Ryu Zapu.
It's a stunning lap from Sam Lewis, whose toe assistance of his teammate Daniel definitely helped him. Next up to the line is the Season 2 and Season 7 runner-up Hecker on Anthony Chamor in the McLaren. What does he set? Time that'll put him second, 1 minute 25.469, and then next up to the line after that is Sam Lewis's teammate Daniel, who was very quick. Let's ride on board with Max Novotny, who is going through Cop's corner. He's in 9th, but he hasn't set time, of course, as he heads into the Maggots and Beckett's complex of corners. Set a time on used softs in Q2, so you'd like to think he will definitely have the pace to challenge Sam Lewis. Middle sector split, it's a 1:01.820, and that's very similar to what Sam Lewis was setting, so we'll see what Max can do. Thomas has had a very poor first run, but Janko Tiso and Trat Racer have gone 4th and 5th, 1:25.5 and 1:25.7. So here comes Max down into Club Chicane for the first time in Q3. Third gear for the first and second part. Small kick of oversteer from riding the sausage curb towards the line for Max. It's not enough, but he's about a 10th and a half off.
So far at the front already.
You cut out there, Will.
It's very competitive at the front already.
Yeah, absolutely. Daniel is going through the middle sector split now. He's set a 1:02.186, so a couple of tenths off Max and Sam. But those look like the drivers at the front who are going to challenge for the title, Titan.
Yeah, it definitely looks like if they continue all season, for sure.
So Daniel going down into the Club Chicane in Q3 for the first time, and he is head onto the Hamilton straight now. What is he able to do? Thomas has improved to 1:25.6, and Daniel's to 1:25.486. 17 thousandths of Anthony, who is pit, and is it just me? Or are those skies getting darker, Will?
They might be, so we might have a bit of a wet race on our hands. Oh, that would throw a real big spanner in the works.
So Sam Lewis tops Q3 as he topped Q1 and Q2. And Sam also crucially did his Q2 time on Scrubbed as well. I was wondering whether Ed would join us. He has, so he will crucially make the start. Of course, he did not have the best qualifying in the world. He will start in 12th. It's been a fun qualifying so far, Titan, but the fun is yet to stop, as Sam Lewis is followed by Max, who's followed by Anthony, who's followed by Daniel, who's coming into the pits, as is Thomas. What have you made of the two Aston Martins so far, Will?
Yeah, they're doing well. Obviously, oh god, we're in 6th and 7th. Oh.
6, 7.
Yeah. No! Hey, shut up, Titan. But we've been performing well the past two qualifying, consistently top 5, so we should get it again Q3. I don't see why not.
Apparently, a Twitch partner has come in to watch us. How you doing, son?
What's that mean?
Ask Titan.
Oh, Titan, what's a Twitch partner?
They are officially affiliated with Twitch.
So wait, like, we're on TV?
No, we're not.
Does this mean I can get paid now?
No.
No, Will, you cannot.
The commentators will get paid! If we get enough though, will we start getting paid?
Realistically, I'd be entitled to payment more quickly than you.
No, we're like the dynamic
No,
trio
equal rights,
here,
equal
guys.
rights, equal rights.
Exactly. With the dynamic trio, without Titan we have no streaming, without Storm we have no confidence, and without me we have no comedy relief. It just doesn't work.
You're
That's
just
a
out
good way to put it. Gary Gator is going to be the first driver to get final runs going in Q3. He is 10th after invalidating his first run. Most likely he will get a qualifying ban for next week's Australian Grand Prix. And then there's movement down in Aston Martin. I believe it's from Janko. It is. So the driver's beginning to populate the track for one last time in this session. 2.5 minutes to go, and it's Sam Lewis. Will Gary will have his last qualifying run for a couple of weeks after this one? What are you expecting from him?
Wow, he seems like he's been, midfield kind of range today, so I wouldn't expect him to get any higher than 7th, to be completely honest and blunt.
Well,
He could surprise
10th. No, sorry, Will.
He could like surprise, you know. You never know.
That's true. Well, we'll ride on board with him first, but of course there are the more important issues of deciding who's going to get pole, which I don't think Gary's going to do. Max Novotny has just entered the track for his outlap. Sam Lewis is making his way out of the pits as well. It's going to be a decisive and dramatic end to qualifying, Hope Titan.
Yeah, it is, and I just can't wait to see who gets on top.
Will, final predictions. Who's getting onto the front of the grid for the race in about 10 minutes' time?
It'd be easy to say Sam Lewis. I want to say an Aston, but I'm gonna put a spanner in the works and say Max.
Max gets pole on TRL debut. Stranger things have happened. So
Yeah.
Gary Gaser to get Q3 underway. He has got a bit of room on the track between him and Jan Kotisa, but we'll be monitoring all of their sector times as they happen. So Gary Gaser, who will be most likely serving a qualifying ban for the Australian Grand Prix next weekend, gets us going in Q3, and Titan take us through his lap.
Right then, go get turn one, nicely done. Easy flat out for this section. Now, heartbreaking zone. Bring it in. Nicely done, not too deep. A bit of slide there. Oh, no, that's really... Oh, yeah, that's him done.
So Gary will start 10th from the grid. He will not be setting a competitive lap time, and that is his first qualifying in TRL done. His second one will be in round 3 of these. So coming up towards the line next is, I believe it is the Williams, or, well, it was the Williams of Max Novotny. We'll ride on board with him, second position, and looking to steal pole position with the clutches of Sam Lewis, who is in provisional pole and going down into the club chicane. Riding on board Max Novotny, third gear as he goes through Village, and then third gear as he goes through the loop, needs to find about a tenth and a half, realistically, to get on pole position, but about 2.5 tenths he'd feel to outright seal it. First sector split is rapidly approaching as he heads down the Wellington straight towards Brooklands. Max is improving by 24,000 of a second. Qualifying is over, final runs. He's slightly wide going through Brooklands, Will.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not watching him. I'm watching Jan. To be, just being honest.
We understand why. Max Novotny going
Yeah.
through Woodcote and coming up towards Copse Corner. Sam Lewis coming up towards that first sector timing split, and Sam Lewis is 11 thousandths down, and crucially without the assistance of Toe from his teammate. Sam Lewis could be going even quicker, but we'll continue to ride on board Max Novotny. Sixth gear going through the middle part of Maggots and Beckett's and coming up towards that middle sector split. Is he improving? He's 43 thousandths of a second down. It looks like pole is going to be Sam Lewis's. Jan Kotisa goes third with 1 minute 25.322. And next up to the line is Max Novotny. So is he going to be able to shock the odds, defy the odds, and get pole position on TRL debut? Into Club Chicane for the final. The Apex going for the first part and the second part, and out onto the Hamilton straight he goes. Is it enough to steal pole position? The answer is no! And he's missed out by 1/10 of a second. Ryu Zapu next. He goes third, the two-time champion. And up to the line next is the one-time champion Valtteri Bottas, who stays in 9th position. Next up is the Aston Martin of Thomas, followed by a couple of other drivers. Thomas goes 4th, but here comes Sam Lewis towards the line. He betters his lap time! Sam Lewis is on pole position for the British Grand Prix, Titan.
Yeah, absolute well done. I just realised that Anthony there actually made it into second.
Yes, he has, and it was only a 10th separating the top 2 in the championship from last season. So here is your grid for the British Grand Prix, or at least your Q3 grid after a brilliant end to the session. Sam Lewis starts his title defense as he wanted to start it on pole position. 1 minute 24.946. Hecker on his second on the grid with TRL debutant Max Novotny in third. Ryu Zapu is fourth, the two-time champion, followed by Thomas and Jan Kotisa. Daniel Track Racer, Emil and Gary round out the grid, and for the first time in T1 in 2026, the British Grand Prix is live and uninterrupted, and of course, it is next. Sunny skies in Silverstone, and for those who dare to race, we salute you. Welcome back to T1 in 2026. And surprise, surprise, who's on pole? Only Sam Lewis. Happy New Year to you all. I'm joined in the commentary box this evening by Will and Tung 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 Titan, which apparently means something else in Swedish. And we are ready to go. First racing laps in T1 in 2026. How excited are you, Will?
It's going to be a chaotic turn one. In tier 2 and tier 3, there has been at least 4 people go off near the back at turn 1. So I want to see if T1s keep it clean or if there's even more because of how competitive it is.
Tyson, we basically spent an hour going qualifying there. It was a good session. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, I did. There was a lot of variety there, and some unexpected, and some breakout drivers there in qualifying.
Sam Lewis won this race last season from last in the grid. It's not the best omen in the world if he starts this season from first on the grid. Of course, in TRL, you can drive in whatever road you like in the first lap as long as you don't crash into anyone. And hopefully, the 17 drivers that are going to race this Grand Prix will race it eloquently and safely. That's the countdown. You can probably hear it if you're watching on stream. Maybe you can't. I'm not sure what Titan does. But let's take a look at what compound the grid will be starting on for the opening race of the 7th year of the decade. It is mediums for most of the field, and crucially, let's run through it all. 1st to 13th, that's Sam Lewis, and we've already seen an incident between the two Mercedes, I feel. I think Bottas and Magnussen got very close to each other, but they haven't got themselves disqualified. So 1st to 13th, Sam Lewis to Sam Rose, and now both of the Mercedes have been disqualified, so their tyres are going to be bone cold on the grid. They're going to be freezing. But Sam Lewis and Max Novotny gets disqualified as well. Sam Lewis down to Sam Rose, all on the mediums. Kazoo is on the softs. Leo's on the hards, Rian's on the softs, and Westreezy's on the mediums, and the chaos has already begun, Will.
Yeah, hopefully it's not what's going to come in the first lap with just lots of crashes. Hopefully not.
So Max Novotny, Emil, and Magnusch's tyres are going to be freezing cold. And that's not very good, is it, Tyson?
No, not at all. Not optimal whatsoever for the start.
Those sunny skies look beautiful in a Northamptonshire Saturday evening. It's our first race of 2026 in the top tier, and it's the top 2 in last season's championship that occupy the top 2 spots in the grid. Here's your possible race strategies. 2-stop or 3-stop, yet the 1-stop could work, according to Thomas yesterday on our T3 commentary, but you do have to manage the tyres well. So Max and the two Mercedes are hoping that Sam Lewis and the rest come around really quickly. They're going to suffer on the start, but they do have the ability to make their way through the field, Will.
Yeah, well, Emil and Magnus have built themselves up a reputation to be able to do it. Max seems very quick. We don't know how his wheel-to-wheel racing is, though, and that's what round one's all about, finding it out.
Absolutely, and it's more important in the lower 2 tiers, but if you're going straight into the lines, then in T1 you better prove yourself quick. Live goal updates from the Saturday Night Football as they hopefully go in at the Vitality Stadium. Bournemouth 1, Arsenal 1, Evan Nielsen scoring on 10 minutes, followed by a Gabriel equaliser 5 minutes later. But in TRL, Silverstone awaits the spot where Sam Lewis got his 2nd win out of 6 last season, and he's looking to make it 1 from 1 in 2026. So here we go again then, 12 races across 84 days to crown another champion. Trevor Robinson's been disqualified, presumably for going too far forward in his grid spot. But for 17 drivers and the rest, the conquest to dethrone Sam Lewis begins now. So for the British Grand Prix in T1 in 2026, we are ready and raring to go racing. And for the opening Grand Prix, we go to 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 red lights. The British Grand Prix is underway. It's a good launch from Anthony Chamor in 2nd position. Will he be able to outdrag Sam Lewis going down into turn 1? The answer is just about. They go side by side for the opening couple of corners. Sam Lewis leads for now with Hecker on in 2nd. He dives down the inside, and last 2 championship contenders go wheel to wheel as Sam Rose gets a time penalty early on. He's down in 17th. Sam Lewis holds the lead of the Grand Prix with Anthony Chamor going to the inside as they head down the Wellington Straight. And our Ferrari's gone around. It's Daniel. He's down to 14th. Heckeron sends it up the inside going into Brooklyn's corner. And Heckeron leads. They make contact, but they don't go around. Sam Lewis leads. Max Novotny's going up the inside. And what a start, Will.
Yeah, this has been action-packed already. I'm watching more near the midfield, and it's carnage in there. Everyone's just scrambling for positions.
Heckeron goes around the outside, going into Cops. He makes contact with Sam Lewis. Heckeron goes off the track, and Max Novotny might be able to gain a little bit of ground, but Heckeron leads, Tyson.
Yeah, Heckeron, absolutely amazing start for Heckeron in the lead of the first lap.
Poor run, though, coming out of Chapel Corner, and Sam Lewis will retake the lead. Max Novotny is going to go in to try and get into 2nd position, and maybe into 1st, and the TRL debutant is around on lap 1, but holds the car as Ryu Zappu goes into 1st. As Heckeron continues to lead this one, and what an opening lap to the top tier, Will.
It's mental. I'm loving this.
Heckeron started second, he got the better start, and he leads. He leads the opening racing lap at TRL in 2026, at least in T1. We had 2 amazing races yesterday. What will T1 offer us? It's been a good start so far. Sam Lewis has fought back from worse positions in Silverstone, so he's not going to be too worried. But look how close that grid is, Titan. It's absolutely majestic.
Yeah, the midfield is special. Oh no, Bottas and Travis are off the track.
And it's a big crash in the back as Rian comes together. We might get our first card this season. We do not, but Trevor Robinson is around as a lot of contact a lot of contact just happened there as they went onto the Wellington straight. But it's as you were at the front as Heckeron leads from Sam Lewis in second. He's got a decent drive coming out of Woodcup, but he's too far back to go and make a move into Cops. Another yellow flag as Sam Rose and Rian have come together in your opening race. For Sam Rose, Titan has gone dismal so far. Sam Lewis 2/10 behind Anthony Chamor, or otherwise known as Heckeron, at the front of this Grand Prix, and Sam Lewis getting very close. He will be able to use DRS for the second time in this Grand Prix, and the man that won last season's British Grand Prix is very close to taking the lead of this season's one, but isn't able to get the move done going into Stowe Corner. Will, what do you made of the opening 2 laps?
Look at the grid. They're all within the DRS range of each other. This is not like what we were used to last season with someone like Sam Rose being maybe about 3 seconds ahead by now. But look at it. It's good racing.
Heckeron said that he had no ambitions going into the race tonight. Trevor Robinson's out of the Grand Prix. He's retired in the pit lane as Rian pits as well. And that's an awful start to Trevor Robinson's season, who had another terrible season. Well, Titan.
Yeah, this, I don't know, it's just insane.
Thomas trying to make a move on Max Novotny, going around the outside, or going to the inside now, going through Brooklyn's corner. The TRL veteran up against the TRL rookie, slides underneath him, but slides going through the corner, Will, and can't get the move done.
Damn it. God, this is so stressful. He's got a good
run coming out of Wood Cup, but he's too far back to make a move into Cop's corner. We still have a yellow flag, of course, for Trevor Robinson being out of the Grand Prix. And Sam Lewis, you'd like to think, will have another go, but look how close the field are. Nobody is separated by a second, apart from Sam Rose, who's all the way down in 14th. What a brilliant start. Theo's now a second behind Dan. Sam Lewis does have a good opportunity to try and get past Heckeron as they head up towards Stowe Corner for the 3rd time in this Grand Prix. And last season's champion tries to sail around the outside of last season's runner-up. Still can't get it done, Titan.
I'm still behind, and Anthony putting a great defence here.
Yeah, but he is running wide in a couple of corners, Will. He is slightly struggling.
Yeah, well, he's trying to keep Sam Lewis behind. Jan Katise, yes! Okay, anyway, he is trying to keep Sam Lewis behind him, so there's going to be a little bit of pressure, because look at all the cars behind him. One mistake, and that's probably about 9 cars gone past him.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
Oh, so right, loses. Someone's lost a front wing. Jan's lost a bit of his front wing. Bollocks.
Yeah, Max Novotny is able to try and get a move done going through Main Tree Corner. Yeah, that's right, Jan Katisa has lost the front wing end plate, as here comes Max Novotny dragging alongside him as Thomas tries to go past his teammate as well into Brooklyn's corner, but Jan won't let him past. Max Novotny into 4th.
God damn it, Jan.
As, I believe Magnesheep and Ed are fighting position, they are, and Jan seems to be all over the shop at the moment, Will.
Yeah, well, he did just lose a bit of a front wing. I think it was a bit of an incident with Ryu, because I saw Ryu go a little bit deep. I don't know if he was hit into the back of or something like that, but I didn't see it fully. Yeah,
let's take a look at the battery for the men at the front of the race. We'll be right on board with Heckeron. He's got 60% of his battery. Sam Lewis has 40% of his, and of course we'll have another great opportunity to get past his newly established TRL rival going into Stowe Corner. So he's got DRS, he's got Slipstream, but this time Heckeron will hold on. Thomas does go past his teammate this time to get into 5th position, and now has to make up the gap to Max Novotny, who is within 3/10 of Ryu Zapu, who's getting very racy with Sam Lewis. What have you made of these opening 4 laps, Tyson?
Really good, lots of action, lots of drama already. It's not a TRS without drama on the first lap.
And it looks like a whole new TRL has burst from the ashes of the old TRL. And who would have thought that Abu Dhabi last season would have led to this. We all thought Sam Lewis was going to dominate. He's not leading at the moment, and Ryu Zappu very, very close to him as they head out of the loop for the 5th time and towards Aintree, and maybe Ryu Zappu's got a chance to get past Sam Lewis, but of course Sam will be aided by the fact he is using the drag reduction system. Nobody close to anyone at the moment, considering the fact we are stuck in a DRS train, but it's very, very close at the moment. Between drivers 1 through 9, and then Daniel, of course, after that spin in the opening couple of laps, is in 10th, trying to make his way up the field again. But it's Hecarim who leads the opening race of 2026 with 2nd on the grid. He's proved us all wrong, Will.
He said he was going to do bad, but now look at him.
He's proved himself wrong as well, crucially, and he's got 4.5 tenths going through Maggots and Beckett.
I don't know how he's managing this. Said he's had no
I believe
practice.
it was a poor run coming out of Chapel, though, and Sam Lewis is able to close up as 3 tenths goes down to 2 tenths, which might go down to about 1, but again, too far back to make a move going into Stowe Corner. What does Hecarim have to do to win this race, Titan?
Well, preferably keep Sam behind him, but also, you know, defending, you know, very hard is also costly on the tyres and on your pace.
What do you think we're going to see strategy-wise in this one, Will?
I reckon Sam Lewis might try his famous one stop again that he did last season and won. And
Both Kazoo and Valtteri Bottas have hit. Kazoo was on the soft compound tyres. I wonder if he's changing his front wing or whether those softs are the wrong compound to start on. He's changing his tyres as Valtteri Bottas goes on to a set of hard compound tyres. So both of their races, Bottas' debut for Mercedes and Kazoo's continuation with Haas, seemingly ruined in the opening couple of minutes of. We had a long qualifying session that has built up to a fantastic start to the race. Thank you very much for your company. If you're just joining us, you've missed a great opening 6 laps. Where on earth have you been? Hecarim continues to defend from Sam Lewis, who's getting very close through Woodcote, but again can't make the move as the field is starting to open up now, Titan.
Yeah, oh, Sam Lewis actually goes wide on the exit of Cops.
Well, Max Novotny was seemingly setting very quick lap times before this race weekend. He's the best of the rest, you'd think, in 4th out of that already established top 3. Do you think he can make inroads here?
I reckon if these 3 fight each other hard enough, as the top 2 almost go side by side again, he might be able to capitalise. Same with Thomas. Not to glaze him or
and
anything.
Magnussen go wheel to wheel, and Magnussen goes around the outside of last season's Japanese Grand Prix winner, which will translate to the inside for Club Chicane. And Magnussen, after a terrible qualifying, is up into 6th position, but not after a bit of contact, Titan.
Yeah, and contact indeed, and if they keep doing it, Ed might just have a good opportunity to just pass one of them, or even both of them, as he's right behind Jan Gutisa.
What can Ed do as they go down into Village Corner? Seemingly nothing at the moment. Ryu Zappu's had another great run going first sector, but so is Sam Lewis, who's 3 tenths behind Hecarim, and this is his best chance to get it past into Brooklyn so far. But it looks like Hecarim is running very low wings. He's got a good sense of straight line speed at the moment.
To note, Sam Lewis is no ERS usage.
Yes, that is important to denote, Titan, but of course he does have 20% less battery than the man who's in front of him. Jan Kotisa and Magnussen continue to go wheel to wheel, and Jan Kotisa forced off the track by Magnussen going into Kopp's corner, and Magnussen not giving him an inch, Will, as Jan runs wide and will fall down to 8th as Ed will get past. Doesn't get the move done though.
Yeah, I didn't see the full thing, but I'm sure I'll hear about it after the race as well.
Ed has got a great run coming out off Chapel Curve, but will not be able to get that move done. Westreezy, in turn, after losing all sensibility in qualifying after his wheel broke off, is now 9th with Daniel in 10th position. That's a good battle going on for 7th, but currently the battle for the lead is still between the top 5 and between Hecarim, Sam Lewis, Ryu, Max and Thomas, who could be our 5 championship contenders, Titan.
Yeah, no, Westreezy gets through his Ed makes a mistake.
Yeah, Westreezy into 8th position. Jan Katisa's got a little bit of daylight on him, but Magnussen does need to make up time to Thomas, which is unlikely, so I think he might be in charge of the next DRS train, as Hecarim holds on as he begins lap number 8. Daniel gets past Ed, so Ed falling down the field. Ed will go up the inside going into the loop, but Daniel will sail around the outside, so a decent opening weekend in TRL for him. 9th position as his teammate continues to fight for the lead in 2nd. What does Sam have to do to win this Grand Prix, Will?
get past Hecron, really. That's the only thing he can do, because Hecron, I can't tell if he's holding him up or if they're just kind of staying to conserve each other. I can't tell.
The both are not using eras.
So they might just be kind of settling
course,
down a little bit.
Let's not forget, Will, that Sam Lewis did leave it late to win last season's British Grand Prix and sailed off into the distance after getting past, actually, interesting enough, to win the Grand Prix. But we'll see if pace what's the word I should say? We'll see if pace is going to enable him to do that as he heads up towards Stowe Corner, second position, stays in second position, as Hecron will hold on for an 8th lap in a row. Ryuzap has not made too much ground up. Of course, he has made up, I believe, a 1 position. Yes, he has. He started 4th. He is now in 3rd position. As Westrizi finally gets past Jan Kotisa, who you think has to pit early, Will, to avoid more damage.
I think he might just be waiting for a safety car or a VSC or something of the sorts.
And crucially, Ed pits. So Ed has decided to go into the box after 7 laps, now 8 laps on those medium compound tyres. He is currently in 11th position, but will probably fall down to 12th or 13th, maybe even 14th, considering the fact where the rest of the field are. He makes his first pit stop for Williams this season. He goes on to a set of hard compound tyres. Back at the front of the Grand Prix, Sam Lewis has a good chance to try and get past Anthony Chamor, but can't get the move done, as Hecron blocks off both sides off the racetrack as Sam Lewis tries to go under. Little bit of contact made as Sam Lewis goes to the inside. Can't get it done.
I think he backed out of that one because he kind of moved Hecron out of the way. I saw him kind of go back a bit, so I think he lifted off a bit.
Has a small look to the inside going into Cop's corner, but isn't able to get the move done. So he is in second. Anthony Chamor and Hecron is in the lead of the Grand Prix, with Ryuzapu in third, and kind of just waiting for the front two to come together, or waiting for his ideal. Waiting for. Sam Lewis once again using DRS and a lot of his battery this time to try and take the lead of the Grand Prix. Is this his moment? Hecron defends to the outside and then goes to the inside, and once again does not let the boy from Delaware overtake him as they go down into the club chicane. Look at how defensive Hecron is as he slides going through the pit. Ryuzapu pits, as does Max Novotny.
So that might cause a big chain reaction now out of the front 5.
Oh, Sam's had a huge slide out the final corner.
And Jan Kotisa's got a 10-second time penalty.
Okay, it's fine. We're okay.
Will not happy as that, as Gary has been lapped. I think Gary disconnected. Yes, he has. Gary has disconnected and apparently did not receive an invite back, so he's been lapped, but his AI will not impact the rest of this race. Crucially enough, I believe Ryuzapu and Max will come out in a safe position. Yeah, they'll be 7th and 8th, as Daniel pit as well, as did Jan Kotis, but he's got a 10-second time penalty as well. So 10 laps into the season, and it's Hecron who leads, from Sam Lewis in second, and Thomas in third. Will, he's looking good.
Kind of, the two in front of him pitted has kind of screwed him over now on the DRS, because he's kind of on that range where occasionally he'll be in the gap and occasionally he won't. So he does need to kind of push and fry his tyres just that little bit more to stay in that DRS.
When do you think the front two will pit, Tyson?
Maybe in the next couple of laps. I mean, if a safety car comes out, they'll put straight away.
Yeah, of course, Hecron has defended really robustly and really well since the start of this race, and Sam Lewis has probably had chances to get past, but has been cautious about it. So will they pit? Yes, they do. Hecron goes into the pits first, followed by Sam Lewis and followed by Thomas. Will Magnus Sheep stay out and lead the Grand Prix? Magnus Sheep will lead a TRL race as well. First 3-second time penalty of this Grand Prix for track limit violation. Sam Lewis got it for corner cutting. So Hecron goes into the box as Jan Kotisa gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limit extensions. And of course, Hecron will go out in the lead, or the provisional lead anyway, as Magnus Sheep leads from Westrizi and then from Theo, as the 3-time world champion leads a TRL race. Will,
I think that's the first time in a while he's been up there, isn't it?
Half-time in the Saturday night football match between Bournemouth and Arsenal. 1-1 at the interval. We'll have goal updates if they
Ryu and
happen in the
Max
second
get
half.
past.
Yeah, and crucially, Ryu and Max have worked the undercut to perfection. Tyson, what do you think happens now? Does Sam Lewis have to get past Hecron now?
Absolutely. I mean, as long as he's
Look at that side time, but look at the look he went for up the inside going into Brooklands, maybe to scare Hecron, but he definitely has the pace now. Will, anything to add from the opening? Oh, not at the opening half of the race, and I'll just interrupt you there as Sam Lewis nearly goes for a move into Copse. And will try and get the switchback coming out of that fast corner, and as a result is going to try and sail past Hecaron, which he has done. And Sam Lewis now into a net P3, but needs to make up 2 seconds to close up to Max and Ryu. Can he do it, Sam? Oh, can he do it, Will?
Yeah, I'm Sam pretty quick. I reckon he could if him and Hecaron don't keep battling, that is, because Hecaron could come back at him now. Hecaron looks around the outside, tries to sail around, but doesn't quite get it. So if these two keep it up like this, the two in front of them could just sail off. Hecaron again around the outside.
Again into the club chicane, which will translate to the inside, and it's a brilliant move from Hecaron, who gets back into 6th position as Ryu and Max set the fastest laps of the Grand Prix, as Theo takes the net lead for now anyway, as Magnasheep and Westreezy pits. So Anthony and Sam into 4th and 5th. But what a brilliant move it was from Hecaron, Titan.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a reminder from Frugor's Hamilton.
No, just 2 cars involved, not 3 cars this time.
Shut up.
Yeah.
3 seconds between Max, Ryu, and Hecaron for the net lead of the Grand Prix. Do you think that Hecaron and Sam made the wrong choice going for the overcut, Will?
Well, it seems like it's certainly right now, but we can't really tell until the end of the stint. Because that 1 lap difference might make a big difference.
Sam Lewis
is
a
great run for Sam Lewis, who has depleted a lot, basically all of his battery, as has Hecaron, as they try to close up, and Hecaron goes a little bit wide coming out of Cop's corner there, but you'd like to think again that Sam Lewis will have another good chance to go past into Stowe corner. 4 tenths between the net leaders of the Grand Prix between Max and Ryu Zappu, and Ryu Zappu, after not winning a race all season. Sorry, what was that, Titan?
Juncasis and Bottas were off the track at Cops.
Yeah, they're 12th and 13th and not really influential to the lead of this Grand Prix, but as I was saying, Ryu Zappu, who didn't win a race in the entirety of last season, takes him out going into club, is on to win this race as it stands, and Theo might be playing a bit of a team game here, Will.
Yeah, potentially, but that could ruin his own race.
But do you think it'd be beneficial for Red Bull if he did try and hold up Max's Bottas picks up a 3-second time penalty?
Yeah, but it would definitely help Red Bull because it could mean Ryu would get the win, but then again, I just don't like these kind of team games. It annoys me.
You don't?
I don't, I hate it. That's why I don't make my drives. No, never. I don't think I've ever actually used team orders. I don't like it.
If you're fighting for a championship, though, which could happen this season, will you prioritise one driver over the other?
No, if they're both in it, they don't get. None of them will get prioritised, and if one of them's in it, maybe like they can decide it on their own. But I won't make anything mandatory.
Well, the Mercedes gets past someone, and the other Mercedes loses someone. Bottas down to 13th, Magnasheep up to 8th. Magnasheep has actually had a very good recovery drive. Titan.
You cut out, you didn't even say anything.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Magnasheep with a good recovery drive.
Yeah, he's in 8th right now as June got. Sam Lewis is going to be on the outside of Anthony. Did he get it? He's going to hang around the outside. He does get it.
Another stunning overtake from Sam Lewis to take a net P3 in this Grand Prix. Will, do they have to work together to... Oh, sorry, Theo's gone off the track.
Game Tails planned right out the window.
Unless
he can hold up Sam Lewis.
We'll
see now. We'll see. Oh no! Theo kind of lets him by.
Go. Yeah, I thought that Sam Lewis could go into the back of Theo initially there, but now they have to make up 3.3 seconds. Titan.
What's Theo doing?
For Sam and for Anthony to work together. Will, would it make sense for Sam and Hecaron to work together? Yellow flag for, I believe, Theo just going slowly now.
I don't know what's going on with Theo. He might have a puncture. Does he have a puncture?
He does actually. No, if his front left's vibrating quite a bit.
He does.
Oh, yeah, he does have a puncture.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, his front left is starting to deflate now. It's just the game's graphics for a puncture are quite strange, but his front left is vibrating quite a bit. Yeah, he definitely has a puncture now.
Yeah, he's got a puncture. Ah, that's a shame. This is poor team games. Ah, what a shame. Sorry, cows. Anyway,
Rian is out of the Grand Prix. I think he's retired in the pit lane, so King
Yeah, he
Sauber's
has.
opening weekend under Tom Gray has gone to absolute pot. As one of their drivers is out and one of their drivers is in AI and destined to finish last. Theo's off the track now going through Maggots and Beckett's.
not
Down to the fact
surprised, to
that
be
they
honest.
obviously does have that front left puncture. But we are on to lap 14, going on to lap number 15 of the British Grand Prix. And Ryu Zappu is on for his first win in a season, Titan.
Yeah, and if he does it, it'll be really, really good. As he's got a statement to make that he's still in it.
Absolutely, yeah. Max Novotny is going to do everything he can, though, to try and close down the Mexican maestro and two-time former TRL champion, the Season 2 and Season 6 champion, who finished 4th last season, just breaking the toe a little bit, Will.
Yeah, ever so slightly. He just wants the little advantage.
Of course, we are on lap 15 of this one, and still a long way to go, but who do you think is going to take the win here, Will?
Well, obviously, top 4 are going to come compact together. Thomas might just get on the end of it by the end, but it will be very close, and it's too soon to tell. I can't lie.
Tyson, who's taking the opening win of the season?
Ryu.
Ryu's to win it. Is there a chance that Sam Lewis potentially comes back here, Sam?
Why do you keep calling me Sam?
Why I call you Sam? No, that's a mistake. Sorry.
It's twice now.
I do that a lot when I don't focus. When I'm focusing on the race and I'm asking a question to someone, sometimes the names do get mixed up. But no, Will, do you think Sam could fight back? He has gained a little bit of time.
Yeah, I reckon now that him and Hecron have stopped battling as much, they are starting to slowly gain on him. So, yeah.
11 laps to go. Sam Lewis has done some magical things around this track before in one race. Could he launch another comeback, Titan?
I mean, it's possible, but I mean, at the moment, it seems that Anthony is not giving up.
And interesting enough, both Kazoo and Valtteri Bottas pits. Now, they were on older hard compound tyres than the rest, but do you think there's going to be a two-stop in this race, Will?
Yeah, I reckon there'll be at least one, because you've got not West Reezy, my bad. You got like Ed on 7 lap olds, and he probably won't make it. The 7 will probably not make it, and the 6s will be very, very close to puncture range, if not a puncture.
Well, let's not forget Ronnie made it on, well, far worse tyres yesterday in T3, so if anyone can do it, the T1 guys can do it after seeing what the owner of this league did. But lap 16 of 26, I should say, in the British Grand Prix, the opening T1 race of 2026, it's Ryu Zappu from Max, from Sam Lewis and Hecron, who are gaining by the lap now, Titan.
Yeah, bit by bit they are gaining, but Max is pushing as hard as he can to try and get a move on Ryan.
Ryu Zappu goes very wide. I thought he was almost going into the pit lane though, but he just took a wider line going into the club chicane. But Max looks really good, Will.
Yeah, Max has not, like Ryu has not been able to get Max off his tail almost the entire race, and now Sam Lewis has
fastest
broken.
lap as that gap goes down to 1.9 seconds.
He's broken the 2-second barrier now. Sam Lewis is on the hunt, but then again, so is Max and so is Ryu. So it's gonna get interesting.
If you take a look, I suppose, further down the field, you have Thomas in 5th, you have Daniel in 6th. How have you been impressed by Thomas?
Yeah, Thomas, he's done what I wanted him to. He's going to bring us a big, decent haul of points, and you got obviously Jan's got the penalties, and I don't know what some of them were for. I know the speeding in the pit lane one won't get removed unless it's a bug or something, but Jan will still probably get some points if there's a big drama or something, and Thomas is bringing us points home, and I, as a team principal, obviously, mainly care about Constructors' Championships. Obviously, drivers
Yellow
now.
flag, as Sam Rose is out of the race, and surprise,
What?
Titan.
Oh, I thought you said Sam Lewis.
Sam Rose is out of the Grand Prix, Titan. How do you feel?
It's nothing.
No comment.
That's how he
Will,
feels.
how do you feel as Sam Rose's return to TRL ruined by another rage quit, I feel?
Yeah, probably. Well, I mean, I did kind of say that he probably wasn't going to finish the race at the beginning, so...
So 3 DNFs, basically 4 DNFs if you can, Gary, AI and
yeah,
2
pretty
laps
much.
down, let's just say. But Ryu Zappu leads by half a second from Max, and by 1.5 seconds, you should say, from Sam Lewis, who is closing, and Hecron just falling off the back a little bit from a couple of laps ago.
Did you say Titan? Cut off again.
Tiny, you there?
No, you keep cutting off.
Yeah, you do.
What is going on?
I've given you my microphone problems.
Thank you, Will. Sam Rose has now left the
Welcome.
session, unfortunately for him. His open end of the season has gone very badly. How do I sound now, Will?
Well, you sound okay. It's just every now and again you will just cut off. But we'll see now with your new settings. I'll let you know if you cut off.
Well, I turn the... Well, I don't really know what I'm doing. Does turning input sensitivity up mean I'll cut out more, or does it mean turning
I
it
think
down will do that?
sensitivity, when you put it up, it would like pick up more little sounds. So you'd probably hear like a little bit more background noise, but you wouldn't cut out as much. I think.
Well, that's good. I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
Turn it off.
We are into the last
I'm
8.
joking.
Thank you, Will.
Joking.
We're into the last 7 laps, we'll say, of the British Grand Prix, and Ryu Zappa continues to lead. Sam Lewis just about in DRS range now, Titan.
Yes, Sam Lewis right around there, and this could be a 4-way fight.
Of course, Hecron will have to do the business from 4th position, led most of the early laps of this Grand Prix, but the overcut didn't work, Will. Will he be ruining that?
What does ruining mean?
Regretting.
Well, I reckon it was just kind of the strategy is just how they went, but now he's just got to stop worrying about that and put his sights on Sam Lewis ahead of him to, get past.
Ryu Zappu, so cruelly denied victory at last season's United States Grand Prix at the Circuit of the Americas, is now just 7.5 laps away from winning a TRL race for the first time since he won the title in Season 6. And Titan, he's looked good so far this weekend.
Yeah, he's doing really well, and yeah, he's definitely showing why he's here.
So Ryu leads from Max in second, Sam Lewis in third, who's now in DRS range, and not Oscar, sorry, Anthony, who's had a great lap and remains within 6/10 of Sam, who's in 6/10 of Max, who's in 5/10 of Ryu. So it's very close at the front, and these might be the 4 that challenge for the TRL title. It's the best possible start to the season for the Mexican maestro, who's nearly there now, Will, but do you think the front 4 will pit again?
Unless there's a safety car, I think they're all going to try and go to the end.
Titan, potential tyre puncture situation maybe then?
Possibly. I mean, it depends how hard they push as well.
Especially Sam Lewis, he's been pushing really hard. And we saw Theo got the puncture, and he was only, 15, 16 laps in?
At all.
Yeah, exactly. So that should be a bit of an indicator to the top 4 now to not push as hard. But you've seen Sam Lewis and Anthony; they've been pushing to keep up with these two. So
Ed has got a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He is in 10th position at the moment after a qualifying where he was 12th. He has managed to get himself into the point scoring positions, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to finish in the. Well, he's going to finish the race in the mediums. As Kazoo is going to get into 10th position, you're going to get points, Titan.
or is he?
He's 10th.
Yeah, I know, but you never know what can happen in the final 7 laps.
That's true. Titan, are you happy to get points?
Titan.
It's not me.
God.
Sam
Yeah, we'll
Lewis
go
getting
for-
very close to the rear of Max Novotny. These two might just be the heirs to the TRL throne in the future. Of course, Sam Lewis, the current king, and the rest of them are trying to dethrone him. Can he get past Max?
I reckon, yeah, but it will put a very dangerous risk on puncture for his tyres later on. I reckon if there will be a puncture from one of these top 4, it will be from either Sam or Max because they've been pushing so hard, and it will be in the final few laps as well, so it will be utter heartbreak for at least one of these people, I reckon.
Well, just under 6 laps to go to decide the first winner of T1 in 2026. Will it be Ryu Zappu for the first time in a season? Will it be Max in his TRL debut? Will it be Sam Lewis to make it 7 wins from 8 TRL Grand Prix? Or will it be Hecaron who was denied the title last season? Place your bets, folks. Place your bet, Will.
Wait, what? Sorry, I'm really sorry. What was
Who's
it?
going to win the race, Will? That's the big question.
Who's going to win the race? I am going to put it on Max.
Who's winning the race, Titan?
Right.
Okay.
He is here now.
Interesting enough, Hecaron has dropped off the back of this group very slightly, but look at how close the top 3 are as we ride on board with Sam Lewis, yes indeed, as we ride through Maggots and Beckett's, and as we come out of Chapel Curve for the 21st time in this race, Max gets close to Ryu, Sam Lewis gets close to Max, and Hecaron flounders at the back, Will.
I think Hecaron might be kind of going a little bit easier on his tyres now, which I think is the smartest decision of the group.
Coming up to 5 laps to go in the first race of 2026 in T1. Great races yesterday, great race today, Titan.
Yeah, great race indeed. I just can't wait to see who wins.
Lap 22 of 26, Ryu Zappu leads, for Max in second, Sam Lewis in third, and Anthony in fourth, and Thomas is 5 seconds behind in fifth. And it would be a miracle if he won it, but he could potentially get a podium if some of them puncture, Will.
Yeah, podium would be nice. Podium. I want Thomas to get a podium. I'm gonna call the missiles.
Ryu Zappu continues to hold on at the front. It would be a great strategy call from Ryu and Max to finish first and second due to the fact they did undercut Sam Lewis and Hecaron by a lap. But considering the fact that Sam Lewis is outright the quickest driver in the league, this isn't too much of a dent for finish as third as the Titan.
Again.
Did I?
Yeah, like the question cut out. Titan didn't cut out, but the question did.
This is really starting to hurt me now. It doesn't matter. We'll fix it after. Ryu Zappu leads this Grand Prix. Lap 22 of 26, and Sam Lewis has got a very good coming out of Chapel. Max not the best runner in the world. This could be a good opportunity for Sam Lewis to try and get into second, which you feel he needs to do. Will he risk it by going around the outside? He had a small look, but didn't go for it, Will.
I think they might just be playing. Oh, hold on. Sam Lewis nearly goes into the back of Max. Nearly Vettel and Verstappen-esque.
And had a small kick of oversteer going out of the first part of Club Corner as well. And if he didn't have that, he might have been going side by side with him down the Hamilton Straight. Who knows? Magnitude. Let's focus on Magnitude for a very fleeting second. He is in 7th position, 5/10 behind Daniel in 6th. Daniel holding them up. Do you think Magnitude could finish in 6th position, Titan?
I mean, it's possible. I mean, he knows how to overtake, and he knows what he's doing in this league. So yeah, he definitely knows how to. And I've just cursed him as he runs away.
Is time running out for Sam Lewis now, Will?
Yeah, corner by corner, he's losing almost all of his opportunities. He needs to get through soon if he wants to have a chance at Ryu.
Well, we are in the final 3.5 laps of the opening race of 2026. Ryu Zappu leads for Max in second, Sam in third, and Anthony in fourth, and that has barely changed for about 12 or 13 laps since the first round of pit stops happened. Ryu Zappu pulled out a little bit of a gap on Max, and crucially has more battery than all three, I should say, behind him. But out of all 4 that are fighting for the win, he is the fourth battery out of all of them. Sam Lewis close to Max, trying to go down into Stoke Corner to get into second position. Can't get it done. It's been frustrating for him, hasn't it, Titan?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help because, everyone's using EOS and everyone's using DRS if I have at the same time, and it just, no matter what you do, it all matters on the exit of the corner.
3 laps to go, Will. Is Ryu nearly there?
Ryu is now just kind of begging for this checkered flag to come soon, because no matter what happens now, if a safety car comes out, nothing will change because it will just finish under safety car now. It's just pure pace.
Well, it wouldn't finish under safety car, but it's too late for safety car to come out. West Streezy gets past Magnasheep, and Magnasheep has been cursed by myself and Titan. Why do we even talk? Sam Lewis has had a fantastic run coming out of Aintree Corner. Look at the straight line speed Max has, but also look at the battery Sam has. He's got barely anything left.
I think he's kind of used it all up to attack Max these past couple of laps. It just hasn't worked out for him.
But he's had a good run coming out of Luffield into Woodcote, and he might be able to get a move done here. It would be risky, but Sam Lewis is a risky driver. He's won races from fallback before, but it looks like he's not going to win the British Grand Prix here. Titan, he runs wide coming out of Cops.
I think Max may have a slightly lower downforce.
I think that as well, yeah. It would make sense.
And, oh, Hecaron's caught up tremendously. He was out of DRS by Wellington. Yeah, but he was out of DRS by Wellington, and now he's 5/10.
Max has 2 laps to try and steal victory from Ryu Zappu and continue his run of Grand Prix victories without a win in TRL. And what a story it would be if Max won in his TRL debut, just like Sam Lewis did in Hungary last season, Titan.
Yeah, it would be a miracle, and you know, this weekend has been 2 drivers. There's been possibly 2 drivers to win their first race in the league ever. The first time driving. Ronnie won T3, first time ever. And Max may win it. First time, first race.
Well, he has got to hope for an outright miracle because Ryu Zappu's defending has been tremendous so far. But Max using both Bashery and DRS to get very close into Brooklands. Ryu Zappu went to the inside. Defended to the outside, and there's 2 tenths between them, Will.
Awfully close. But what Titan was saying, every, T3 was won by someone on their debut, T2 was won by someone on their debut, so if T1 got won by someone on their debut, we'd have a very mixed grid, and it will be very close on championships in all tiers.
But T3 and T2 were kind of by default won by Rook.
Yeah, but you had people like Scat Cat and...
That's true.
That long. But yeah, it's still nice to see new people being competitive.
Time running out for Max and Sam, and time is running out for Ryu Zappu as well. Here comes Sam Lewis. Poor run from Max. Sam Lewis goes to second with a lap to go.
Side by side.
Max holds on going up the inside, and the 2 potential future title rivals come together. Sam Lewis has the inside. This is helping Ryu Zappu Titan as they make contact.
You're very close. Can Sam fight it back? No, he can't. Last lap. Final lap to go now.
White flag in Silverstone. Ryu Zappu is nearly there. 6/10 separates him from second. But look how close second is from fourth as Hecaron runs 2. Ryu Zappu nearly there, Will.
Very close to it now. This would be a long-awaited win for the season.
It has been such a long time since Ryu Zappu won a TRL race. Of course, he was the Season 6 champion. He was 4th last season in Season 7. And it has been a very, very, very torturous way for him after he was so cruelly denied at the US Grand Prix 4 weeks ago when his tyre blew with a couple of laps to go. He is nearly there. Max Novotny has had a great race in second in his TRL debut, while the reigning champion Sam Lewis looks like he's nailed on for 3rd position. Is he going to do it, Titan?
I mean, it definitely looks like it indeed.
So Ryu Zappu just has to negotiate Maggots and Beckett's, the Hanger Straight Stowe Valen Club, and he will win the opening race of TRL Season 8 and the opening T1 win of 2026. Last chance saloon for Max to try and do anything. He's gaining, coming down into Stowe Corner. He goes to the outside. He sails around the outside. Ryu out. Max is going to win.
God.
Max Novotny has stolen it at the last. And 3 tiers have debut winners. Max Novotny wins the British Grand Prix.
But will he keep it? That's
oh
the
my
question.
Goodness me, that's the question indeed. Sam finishes second, Ryu is third, Hecaron crashes across the line in fourth, but drama at the last, Titan.
Oh my god, it doesn't end. It doesn't end.
I don't think Max will keep the win, to be honest with you. I don't think he will.
TRL is back with a bang, and Ryu Zappu almost had us. Was that Max's fault, Will?
I think it might have been. We had a very similar incident in T3, I believe it was. And we're still yet to resolve that, so this could take some time.
Ryu Zappu's long wait continues, Titan.
I definitely think there will be a penalty.
What an incredible start to the season. 3 DNFs, essentially 4 considering the fact that Gary was going around 3 laps down in AI mode. But Max Novotny has won the Grand Prix for now anyway, and he is a winner on TRL debut. Here's the podium ceremony. Then what's Max going to do? What's his celebration going to be like? God knows, really. I don't really care. Yeah, okay, we definitely don't care after watching him do that.
Okay, yeah, okay.
TRL is back
the
for 2026 in the top tier. Here's your race result. Max Novotny takes it after drama in the final lap, winning it after 39 minutes, 32 seconds and 6/10 of a second. Sam Lewis is second, but could win the Grand Prix. The reigning champion gets 18 points as it stands. Ryu Zappu is third, with Hecaron in fourth. Thomas finishes fifth, with Magnushu Westrizi, Daniel Yankotisa, and Kazoo rounding out the top 10. Ed finished 11th for Williams, with Theo in 12th. Bottas was 13th, with Gary a long way behind in AI in 14th. Sam Rose, Reen, and Strat Racer were the DNFs. The post-race interviews are coming up next, but Will, what a great race.
Yeah, that was mental. In the middle of the race, it got a little bit boring with the two trying to catch up to it. But the beginning and the end, oh, it's like a sandwich with white bread, but nothing in the middle.
Titan, good analogy or not?
Yeah, there was so much, and yeah, it was a little bit, less action in like in the middle part of it, but it got ramped up again at the end.
Well, we are ready and raring to go for the first set of post-race interviews of the season. They're going to be dramatic. Let's speak with the race winner on TRL debut, Max Novotny.
Hello.
Max, congratulations, but do you think it's going to be taken away from you after what happened in the final lap?
For me, I don't know. We were just side by side. From my view, I thought that I just leave enough space, but we'll see in the clips, and just we'll see, I'm happy
Max,
with
talk to us.
debut.
Sorry, go on, yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with debuts, and yeah.
Just talk to us about the race before the final lap, because you were very quick throughout the entire Grand Prix. And you were fighting for that win. How does it feel to finally get underway and get a win under your belt for now in TR?
Yeah, I don't know, qualifying wasn't by my plans, because it was P3. I lost about 2 cents in the lap, so I think it wasn't really the best lap as I was able to do. And about the race, the start was bad by my side, I think, and then I had to do undercut, on Lewis and the McLaren, and then I was just trying to keep up with the Red Bull because I was running always low ERS, and my tires were just I don't know, my tire wear was so big, so I was just hoping I can make it till the end. And then Lewis was fighting with me. That was pretty good fight, and the last lap is, I don't know, we'll see.
Australia next weekend, Max. What's that
Yeah.
track like for you?
I don't know, we'll see.
Well, the very best congratulations to you, Max. And hopefully for your sake, that win isn't taken away from you. But a controversial way to win your first TRL. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. See ya.
Let's speak immediately afterwards to Ryu Zappu.
What's up?
The wait goes on. Is he going to get penalised?
100%. He turns into the apex like I'm not there, so, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do.
How would you describe that race from the pit stops to the final lap? How happy were you with your performance?
That was honestly a perfect race. That was the best race I've driven in a long time.
A bit of confidence for the season to come, because that I would fully agree with you. It was a great. But does that increase or decrease your confidence after what happened?
Honestly, I don't really care. I'm just going to do the best that I can every race. And if I do performances like this, then great. If I don't, oh well. I don't care too much anymore.
Australia next weekend. How happy are you? How not happy are you?
Decent track. We'll see how it fares.
Well, we'll leave it at that, Ryu. Commiserations on what happened in the final lap. Let's speak to the world champion Sam Lewis, who finished second and didn't win a race. For now, anyway.
Very funny.
I know.
Yeah.
I try. Sam, was it the wrong decision? Well, I obviously know you were following Anthony around the track, but was it the wrong decision to go for the overcut?
I don't really care to be honest, because the pace was consistent. It was where I wanted it to be. I mean, I guess they were all using low wing setups. Well, I wasn't. That's because I was losing speed down the straights. I just can't be asked to use a low wing setup because I don't like the way the car drives. I have a unique driving style compared to everyone else, so I just drive differently. But the strategy was fine. Tires started to die at the end there. Kind of concerned about my tires, and I'm surprised Max or Ryan did not get a puncture. The fighting with Anthony was really good on the opening lap. We kept it as clean as possible, so great racing to him. And yeah, from my point of view, it did look like Ryu wasn't left any space there and got T-bone there a little bit. So I'm lucky I got up into P2 at the last moment. So I'm pretty sure that win might go to me, but we'll have to see after the stewards decide it. But yeah, that had to come with luck because the dirty air is just so bad and I can't do anything. So
We'll talk about qualifying because you did top Q1, Q2, and Q3, and you set a blistering lap to get pole with a 1 minute 24.9. If we're going to be doing 3 sessions all season long, do you feel you have the ability to keep topping them and keep getting pole position? Because that's the first battle, really.
yeah, I definitely have the ability, but I don't really care because quality doesn't really mean anything. It just decides where you line up for the race, and then the race is the actual real deal. Like that gives you points, that gives you better recognition for your performance because it's not about quality, it's about the race. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I could do that if I keep that up.
Australia next weekend, a track you didn't compete at last season. How are you looking forward towards that one? Is there a chance for an outright win?
Well, that's even more speed down the straight on that circuit. That's a very high speed circuit. But yeah, I'm pretty good there. It's one of my stronger tracks, and I can do no line there as well. So I'm going to continue to do no assist and keep improving, and getting faster. So next week, if I do end up getting this win, then if that's so, then I'll try and go for 2 in a row. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on second place, and congratulations if it does go your way and you end up winning the first race this time.
Thank you.
We'll get a quick word with Anthony, who finished in 4th.
Yeah, hello.
Not the worst start to the season. I mean, I think you proved yourself wrong because you were quick in qualifying. You led the most of the first half of the race. It wasn't the worst performance in the world. How are you feeling?
Oh no, yeah, I'm really happy with my results. Dripping sweat right now. It was pretty exhausting defending from Sam. Um, tried everything I can to keep him behind. Dude's fucking fast. Yeah, I did everything I can. He passed me after we pitted. Try to keep it clean as much as possible. And heading to the last lap, I saw Ryu get bin, so probably P3 for me. We'll see what happens.
Well, yeah, apologies for the language. I was really impressed by how you managed to keep Sam behind you in the opening couple of laps, and we mentioned on commentary how you defended very well. Is that something? Obviously, you had a reputation a number of seasons ago for maybe not being the cleanest driver in the grid. How important was it for you to get better at defending and more effective at it?
I mean, I was just relying on my brakes, to be honest. I was just going really late. I mean, it
That's
is
true.
important. It is important to defend, though. Especially like Sam. He's really fast, and you need to keep him behind for a while if you want to win.
Finally, Australia next weekend. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling good. I just gotta get some laps in, and yeah, I'm looking forward for next week.
Well, very well done on 4th position, which could potentially become a podium if Max is penalised. Well done.
Yep, thank you, Storm.
Let's speak with... Who can we get a word with? We'll get a quick conversation in with West Streezy.
Hi, hello.
What happened before qualifying? Tell us about that.
Yeah, Q1, I was on my first lap and right before the last corner compilation, the wheel just the wheel kind of ripped out, and I tried to fix it quick. It thought it worked, but then it didn't work again. But yeah, I managed to fix it during the Q2, Q3, and recovered in the race to the points.
You did manage to get it fixed, yeah?
Yeah, yes.
Absolutely. So, where was it? 7th in the end. A good start to the season and a good comeback considering what happened in Q1. More to do, though, I feel, for driver viewability.
Yes, of course. I mean, yeah, Australia will probably be a stronger race. I feel better there than Britain. So yeah, I think I can do better.
How are you feeling for Australia now?
Good. Yeah, I have high hopes.
Well, well done on a great recovery drive, and we'll speak to you next week, Westrizi.
Thank you.
Let's speak with Theo. If we can get a word with Theo. Unlikely, it looks like. Well, let's speak with Thomas instead.
Hello.
Fifth in the end. You started fifth, you finished fifth. You were nowhere really near the guys at the front for most of the Grand Prix, but it's a good start to life at Aston Martin.
Yeah, I mean, my pace wasn't so shocking. I was in the middle of the mayhem for the first 2 laps, then sort of got away, and then I was with everyone for the first stint. And undercutting always seemed to be the smart strategy, but when 2 people in front of you pit, you've got to try something different, and it didn't work out, so that's fine.
Obviously, it was a weird race. Jan finished 9th from 6th on the grid. I don't think you're going to benefit off a max penalty, so we'll be 5th position. But do you feel... Well, actually, Will, do you feel your faith in Thomas has been put right?
I think I've chose the right driver. I think I've got a very strong driver lineup with him and Jan. We saw both their paces in qualifying. It's just a shame how the race played out for Jan, and Thomas did well. I'm glad he brought home a good amount of points.
Thomas, what's the feeling like for Australia next weekend?
Well, I won there last time, but
That's
that
true.
wasn't against a Max and it wasn't against a Sam Lewis. I feel like, Sam Lewis is actually stronger, so that's what I'm going to be looking to, try and match myself up against. But I've won there before, so I'll do my best.
Yeah, Thomas, congratulations. The good opening race for Aston Martin. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Good race, gentlemen. Wouldn't you agree?
Quite good.
An open-ended question. Titan, what did you make of it?
Really good.
Look, I feel that it's all these races are always controversial. There's never really a TRL that doesn't pass by without a major incident. But do you feel Ryu Zappu was, well, I wouldn't say cheated, but robbed in air quotation marks out of a win today, Will?
Maybe. I see why he feels that way, because he was leading that. It was a little bit of a last effort, move, but it just depends on whatever the stewards say, really.
Titan, how do you feel Ryu drove today? It was a very good performance.
Well, it was amazing. The win would have been 100% deserved.
Australia next weekend. We were there for the opening race of season 7. Both Titan, Will, and myself. Thomas did win that race. As he said, he's going up against the Maxes and the Sam Lewises, all those guys. This season, who do you think is going to triumph down under, Will?
I reckon it will be the same 4 or 5 people that was in this race. It will be very close, and I think it will constantly be between the same people from this race.
Titan, who's going to shine next week?
Ryu
again. Simple as.
Where's it Ryu plays?
Very quickly before we finish up tonight, let's just quickly recap last week. Well, not last week, sorry, but last night, T3, and we have the championship standings out now. And Ronnie's top, and he's on 25 points. And crucially, Mercedes are leading the Constructors' Championship. Sum up T3 in a word, Titan.
Ronnie.
Will, same question for you.
Who would win T3?
Yep.
That Alpine driver, I forgot his name, the backbone guy.
Oh yeah, Black something. We'll remember.
Yeah,
we'll remember by the time we get to the end of the season. Though we're not doing T3 and T2 round 4. Sheer purpose that we are not doing 24 feeder series races this season, but we will be doing half the season anyway. So it's not like they're going to be neglected by us. 11 races to go in T1. A long, long way still to go, but a great way to start 2026. Will, from all 3 tiers.
It was a great race. It was the track's given us another great few races. I think so far, Tier 2 was my favourite race out of this weekend.
Is that because you were the lead commentator for it, or was it because it was complete chaos?
Right, it was a bit of everything. I got to commentate it with some of my good friends in this league. You are still a good friend, Storm. You're a
I
good
know
friend.
that, I know
It's
that, but I wasn't
yeah, yeah,
there,
yeah.
so you're not going to talk about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. But tier 2, it was good racing, and it was chaos as well. It was the perfect dose.
Tyson, are we back? Is TRL back?
Yes, TRL is back.
It would be hard for us not to be back after 3 amazing races this weekend. Right, that's us. That's us for Australia. I do want to mention, Titan ended like 15 seconds after I've stopped talking, so we get every single bit of my ending. Sometimes cuts out and I end in the middle of a sentence. It's there. 15 seconds. Just count it in your head and do whatever. But yeah, that's us. That's us for Australia. Well, that's us until Australia. That's us for Silverstone. 3 great races this weekend, on Friday and on Saturday. Both T3 and T2 yesterday, and T1. Very good to be back at it. Thank you, Will.
Yeah.
Thank you, Titan.
Yeah.
Thanks to One Titan again. Yeah, that's it. T1 back with a bang in 2026, and just like last season, the drama continues. Max Novotny has won his opening race on debut, but it might be taken away from him. We've still got 11 races to go, and we've still got plenty of drama as well. Williams winning their home Grand Prix, but it might not be settled yet. From all of us here, thank you very much for your company. It's Australia next week, same time, same place. Thank you very much for your company. And we'll see you next Saturday, the Australian Grand Prix. Happy New Year, and good night.